control and.
You can just use like.
Not that I make a lot of sharks.
How are they?
I've never actually tasted a shark, and I'm okay now.
Remember Dan?
Ow.
From
Sorry.
Anthony's from Dan.
I've never met him once.
He's
I know
cool.
he lives in Denver.
You would get along with him very well, but he is obsessed with Cody Sark. He's the only person that I ever dated with.
Yeah,
We're really not good.
Yeah, no, plastic top. That shit is just for $20. One of the most phenomenal things. And after that,
I'm so not that
I would be happy to bring that to the world.
I make $40 a month. It's great.
yeah.
I'm breaking even.
Tax-free income.
You want to scooch?
Oh yeah, please.
Bougie.
They already.
Oh, there's something in here.
It's really butter stuff.
It's making me really like
I, for the most part, I don't like this bottle for the price, but I
Who's Girl Steiner?
It's a nice bottle. Like, if you use the bottle and you put it on a mantle by a bar, it fits.
Our Long Branch house used to have a huge collection of bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we put a bunch of
beautiful.
sausage.
Yeah, there's sausage.
And then we hit the pickled 99-cent sausages in all the containers.
So
that was the only time I've seen John actually mad.
here.
Yeah.
I do have the GoPro.
I was
but
not
I'm
there
pretty
for
sure that's a better
record.
choice
I better.
because you can stream it
I
right
was
away
over
with
there,
that.
I'm
We're
sure
sure
when
right
he
now.
comes
The
down,
GoPro, you
he's
have to
fighting
like
for
do
me.
shit to
Oh,
the
yeah.
video.
I know.
I was
I
thinking
know.
wet seed.
You let
I
me
have-
know.
It's my mess.
My 20-year plan.
But I cleared out the. If we ever do want to move tonight,
I mean,
like if you get to the point where we're
well,
like editing and all,
Yeah,
that's
it's
better
just
for
how it
that.
goes.
I don't fuck with that.
There'll be
That's
some
not
fallout.
Yeah, I have an empty video or memory card for it, and all the batteries are charged and all that stuff.
What's that? You
Sourdough milk? Good time.
Just say Italian.
Father?
What?
Did you? That's so.
Is that the one that Heather fucked up? Heather!
Whoops.
How
Oh,
far along
shucks.
Spirit Quest are you?
I unlocked about 15 characters, maybe about 40% of the map.
I'm probably like maybe 10 or 11 characters.
Does Belmont do
I
it?
did that yesterday.
That's one of the best spirits that I've got.
That was the first
No.
one.
Him, yeah, exactly.
Everybody gets that one dickhead.
Him, Don Bongo is pretty good.
No, you get it. So I found out. I watched 3 people open the game and start it initially. Everybody's got a different starter.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got a different starter.
Yeah,
and the others
I got
a
Heracles, but I dropped him real soon.
I don't
And
remember what I got.
actually, the best one I have is either Evie or Lord Belch from Earthbound.
Yeah.
Lord Belch is it's one of the best ones that you find.
For you to get out of the way.
Oh, what did I
Is that sexy?
Is he yours?
Oh, yeah.
So who
Hell yeah.
wants to catch up? Heather.
No, actually, we caught up yesterday.
Who
Greg,
wants to pretend to catch up, Heather? So I know what you remember.
Greg, you appreciate this? We were at a distillery yesterday in Allentown. It was a 10 by 10 room. There were like 6 people there.
Spoke at her
I
for
spoke
an
at
hour.
her for about an hour about what happened.
Okay. I kind of figured that would happen.
I wasn't
Well,
here
I
last week, and
wanted
Connor
to-
explained it to me while I was really drunk. So.
Oh, then. So for everyone's benefit,
Yes.
Are you guys still trying to make the fucking mini?
No.
Can I? May
Yeah,
I
you
open
guys
my
can take
beer?
what you want now. Every time John put the delicate little gun on my mini and glued it and was letting it dry, Heather would be like, let me go ahead and put this down. And then it would just fall apart. And she did it like 9 times.
Twice. You're being denied.
Like, it was fucking heartless.
I'm not gonna win this because he's invisible. And
Smoke. Smoke.
Oh, he's got the cutest little outfit.
Thank God.
there's a match against like
And
fucking
then-
10 messes and a couple me fighters on that level. That's horrible. I don't even think I ever did it.
yeah, so that one, any of the level 4 ones, I win 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5.
Some of them are really rough.
That one where he's fucking snakes invisible and then Ness is just there to fuck your day up.
There's another one. The one all the way. You know where the space part is
In space.
with the planets?
Roughly everything.
Well, there's one you got to get like on a rocket ship, fly around like a mini universe. But right before that, there's a treasure chest guarded by I think it's a sheep fighter with the Great Fairy Spirit from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, dope.
Hardest
Really?
fucking battle.
The only battle I haven't been able to win so far is Metal Rob. In the it's like one of the new Pokemon levels, and I played him with every character, and every time he just destroyed me. Bar none. Even like tweaking the spirits to my advantage.
There's a couple that are really bad.
Oh, the other one was that I actually spent like 2 hours on. It was the WarioWare level with Ashley, and she reverses the order.
Yeah.
She changes the left to right,
And
left to left.
with the Ashley theme song.
Yeah, and it's so
playing.
it's so
What
obnoxious.
the fuck is she from? I don't.
WarioWare.
She's from WarioWare?
What's that?
You're kind of Falcon now.
Oh, thanks. Show me your moves.
I did not know.
You're all with that. So let's see your
Your moves.
Show me your stakes. What do you need, Craig?
I need somebody to explain for everyone / Trevor where we're at.
So we actually made it to the forward Air Force Base last week.
Okay.
It was a big achievement for us.
That was our goal.
That was our goal. We made it.
What's
there.
the name of the Air Force Base? Without looking.
MacArthur Air Force
What do you do
Base.
with that? Look at you had to look it up in your fucking book.
Yeah, but I remember now. I'm not looking. I remember it.
Stevens Air Force
Look at
Base.
this nerd with his nerds.
Good guess.
This.
Yes, that shit sucks.
Gotta eat that spicy curry, baby.
Yeah, spicy curry's not a bad one. Know what I love starting off with?
Paulson Fields.
Paulson Field, yes.
Are you
They,
for that? No. All right. Fuck you.
if you remember without looking, yes.
Paulson Field.
We are out west. We should try to find Area 51 and like steal their shit.
I
no,
bet you that shit's
no,
in game somewhere.
If you want,
Well, where are we?
There's probably some really horrifying shit there.
you're pretty.
Shit, nay.
Your name
You're northeast of it a little bit. Like most of the country.
We're
is.
a little bit further away from them.
You're like in
So,
Utah still, maybe Idaho-ish. Maybe a little south.
How
What's
far is
south of
Las
Idaho?
Vegas? Is Las Vegas anything? Is there like anything cool there?
How far is what?
Just
What's south of
advice.
Idaho?
Wyoming?
Oh, yeah. You're probably in Wyoming.
Good.
Wyoming's,
Beautiful.
I think either everything.
Thank you.
Okay, Kirby.
Nightmare Kirby, just in case.
I don't know whether I should thank you for this. By the way, all of our viewers, tonight's game has been brought to you by Haribo. Because what else are you gonna buy?
who's gonna give us money now?
I'm making Haribo Star Mix because wacky shapes are fun.
Because I have nothing left inside.
Because I have disposable income and candy is fun.
Also, so still got a continued story of where we're at, but well, finish that and then we'll get into other shit. So got to airfield.
Got to airfield. Decided that our best strategy would be go right in the front door, for lack of a better term.
So it was basically like I was here.
It was. we all agreed the only thing we're good at is kicking the door down and clearing out the room.
It's not the only. It's not. You shouldn't downplay it as the only thing we're good at.
We're good at
We
cracking
are
skulls.
superior at that. But
Taking
we're
the
good at
tail.
a lot of things.
Getting the truth out of people. Went in there. We found.
I mean, we found McMaster's logbook. So McMaster was.
Is the master
Go
here?
in order. Go in order.
Oh,
What
okay,
happened?
sorry.
So you walked in.
Is the master here?
There
Because
was a.
usually different people. You know.
Those are nice.
Those are the nicest dice I've seen in a long
Fancy
time.
pants dice.
There
You
was.
can actually read what number it is.
That's why I got them. Because I'm getting older.
I'm dying.
My
Trevor, there was
prescription, my eyeglass prescription's getting stronger.
old as
A junkyard? So there was a collection of vehicles that would have been stripped and dissected and torn apart, and it looked methodically done. It looked as if they'd been cut in areas to remove bumpers and large swaths of usable materials. Upon further investigation, we found out that there were horrible buzzsaw arachnids in there that immediately attacked us on the site.
arachnids.
And
They
they were-
fucking hurt.
They were,
Horrible is a strong word.
they were pretty rough. They was cut his fucking head off.
I ran out of
They
chips.
actually did
I
cut
ran
his
out
leg
of
off.
chips in one combat because I would have lost 9 legs.
Welcome to Monsters and Deadlands. And that wasn't even technically a monster.
They were.
Though it did have a fear level. I think it was the first thing you ever
Really?
fought that had a fear level. Really low.
So we were afraid of them. They were combined constructs. They were automatons that were arachnids about the size of a cat, right? Maybe larger.
So when you mean arachnid, you're talking like 4-legged, like
8-legged or 8.
Metal spider thing
arachnid.
With sawmills.
with
Small
buzzsaw
bus with small.
faces.
Wild Wild West. Oh yeah, you missed us listening to Wild Wild West.
Of course we
Was
do.
that what you had on the,
Wild Wild West.
Carl, help me out. I don't know if these gummy bears are super fresh or super stale. I can't tell the difference.
He's gotta be
or at
one.
least my package?
Connor's a gummy bear connoisseur.
At this point, he's eaten enough.
Yeah.
Gummy
From the Star
What, do
Mix
you wanna
Club?
write a letter?
No, he doesn't.
To Haribo?
Well, here's the thing. I have a giant bag of Black Forest at home that I'm eating.
What's wrong with you?
Currently.
Just black bars.
Well, it was a 6-pound bag Lauren got me for our anniversary. I'm about 5 pounds in. They are just more chewy than Haribo. You can eat more of them in one sitting without getting angry.
We're gonna get back to that in a minute after I
Alright, so
jam some pickle into me.
I've been looking at this for
so anyway, we fought off the what was the actual name of them? Please help me out.
I think they were called chop bots.
Chop bots. We fought
We
off the chop.
did
we fought off the
literally,
chop bots.
someone got a knowledge roll and knew they were.
It was at that time that I texted my girlfriend saying, "God damn it, Heather! I wish you were here because
I
you
got a
were
very sassy text.
so helpful during this part." We found we found in one of the hangars that we explored
Who's so angry
a
at me.
secluded scientist who's also been searching
Like
for
asking
the
the questions
weapon.
and when touching back.
It is. I
What do
wanna
you
say, like,
need? And then silence.
It's a combine junker.
Combine junker. Imagine the Baron Vladimir
Why not
Hakonin,
both? I mean,
but
Giant, floating,
fat,
disgusting man.
boils and all.
Got goo coming out of him, he floats around.
He might be pustules, right?
he's like over 600 pounds in a flying hover chair with a bunch of like
Oh, so,
metallic arms with weapons and claws and things.
So he's got like
Man, I
a
gotta
human
read
beholder.
here.
Yeah,
That's
the beholder.
good.
Yeah, it's good.
He is also in control of something very important that we were quite worried about. It was a walker with a Vulcan cannon. So there was a autonomous attack AT-AT.
What was the name of the
UP-130.
Hobbs.
No, that was the name of the guy.
UP-309.
That was a short, yes, UP-309.
Give me one chip for that.
You gotta finish, and then we'll talk about
UB40.
chips.
Okay, so we found
some 41.
He's
Oh, speaking of chips.
he's looking for the same weapon we are.
Well, he was looking for the same what we are. Now he's trying to get the fuck out of there.
Correct. He was looking for the nuke. Well, I think it's the nuke. He referred to it as the weapon, which made me question.
I love John's conspiracy.
Could be
Yeah,
anything.
it's a nuke. He's looking for the nuke.
Maybe. I have no idea what my chips were.
You guys use my chips?
I don't think so.
Oh, this is great stuff.
Looks like a couple others. Oh wait, no.
I am
Is that
like
here.
go low on chips.
This is from the Fizzy Carizzi adventure.
Wow.
Oh,
So he sent us on a mission to find helicopter parts so we can repair a Black Hawk helicopter, a non-combine helicopter, to get out of there.
we can't just walk out, is there like a...
He can't. For one reason or
Load
another.
out
Or
the
he's
road.
scared to leave the hangar. He's not gonna leave the hangar.
Nobody asked him?
Anybody that leaves the hangar, all the combine troops that were there were killed because if you walk on the concrete on the sand, these sand monsters kill you and drag you down.
Oh, one fun fact, safety tip. There's sand monsters. There's tremors.
Tremors 5 or Tremors 1? Because Tremors 5 could fly.
Of course they could.
We left the airplane hangar and we went up into the control tower where we looked down and saw the bunker where the nuke was being held has already been dug up to and possibly breached.
No shit. Alright.
So we don't know. We haven't got
This is the
there.
guy,
We're
right?
looking down at it.
You try and
John found a log of the past commander of the base, Commander
Nick
Nick
Master.
Masters,
Master Car?
and it is kept completely up to date.
To this day.
Like up to like moments ago. Like when we arrived on base, it is in there that we have arrived on base.
Oh shit.
The book said a lot of interesting
Well,
things.
Specific dates.
The last date was yesterday. It wasn't updated.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well,
not updated.
We talked about the combine, didn't talk about it yet.
The book said a lot of different things. It had all the detail of the flight missions and whatever. Then the last day of the war, when everything went awry and everybody on the base got killed.
It actually had.
It also named Greer as a traitor.
I forgot about
Good
that.
memory, yeah.
One of the best
Greer is the other guy,
On
not
22nd.
Jimmy Greer, the guy who we're here with.
Oh, I was thinking Greer was the other guy that got killed earlier.
There's mentions of reinforcements after the base was empty after the bombs were dropped too.
Yes.
What those reinforcements are?
It also mentioned that they had taken several prisoners.
There you go.
So I don't know if they're dragging people under the ground and taking them prisoner, or if they're just being killed.
Well, we gotta talk about that too, because there's a lot of hole dimples in the earth that have been dug up. We don't know whether they're from worm monsters or the excavator trying
You
to.
said it was loose, right?
Yeah,
Oh, and Herbert Hobbs, the fat, nasty floating guy, has disabled all the booby traps on the combine stuff, so that we can
You
effectively.
touched it?
I missed that part.
Are you totally sure, or is he lying to you? Do you trust this guy?
I don't trust him, but if he wanted to kill us, he would have had UP 301 kill us.
Actually, speaking of roll, I think that I did like kind of scrutinize him, and he would. You told me that he just wanted to get out of there. He just,
Oh, you didn't
He
use
was
it.
genuinely in fear.
he really wanted to get.
I gotta-
There's
How
He
many-
was like full blown panic mode, like something
Didn't you get Steve?
fucking
Yes,
fingered his butthole and made him
Speaking
scared.
of
Can you sweep in the pile?
Yes, Squeak is here.
Actually, I have to pull some, how many do I
I love how we
put
treat
together?
Steve as like
Tree.
Scooby Doo.
Okay, I thought it was.
Oh shit!
Is that Peach?
Look at
10
that!
minutes we had.
That's Peach.
Look at that!
I'm gonna browse already.
Peach.
No,
Oh,
it's the
Peach
it's
is
the
fighting
princess.
shit and become really bad with Morocco.
Greg, when we actually stopped playing, where were we exactly?
You guys you just look through the northern hangar. There's two hangars. The southern hangar.
We were in one of the
southern
hangars.
hangar was Hobbs. Northern hangar was Greer's plane.
Okay.
And,
That's what it was, that's
and
what it was,
a blown up combine helicopter.
And acid burns on the floor.
And acid burns.
Oh, so here's.
Oh, and you found he had to work a nuke binder.
I found the field manual.
She said-
Yeah.
It has to be a woman. I can hit it
Heather,
really
here's where you come in. We found
good.
it's not functional, but we found good pieces for a airplane, which.
You found an
Oh,
airplane.
yeah, an airplane, okay.
Not pieces. You found a whole fucking airplane.
Found the
Doesn't fly?
whole thing.
I wouldn't know that.
You know that Greer told you that when this is the plane he flew the day of the war, and the reason that it was grounded is because one of the engines failed. So you can see, you can look at it. Someone was working on it recently, which was probably Hobbs, maybe before all this happened. The bad stuff recently.
No,
But,
we sub-
one of the
you
engines
can
is
start
bad.
if you want.
We need to put. We're gonna
We need to
pull.
do it
Could it
normal.
fly again? Maybe.
You can start.
I already did.
You pulled it free.
Yeah.
Oh, what did tell everybody, you know?
Gentle with the bag.
Yeah, you're really doing enough.
Bag's not for it. If you break the bag, you gotta get another bag.
Okay.
From Whole Foods.
You have to drive the whole thing
Let's go.
before 8:30 whenever they close.
They close at 10.
Do they?
Yeah.
There's nobody at Whole Foods after 6:30, Bo. The one in the wall. There's nobody there.
Would you like to play
I
Steve?
went there, it was like late, it was like 8:30
I can if someone wants
Yeah.
to.
No,
I don't
people
like
did.
those
Sean.
And not even employees.
That's up to
Sean,
you.
where's your pencil
Bomb.
box?
I bet she was in the bomb.
It is
Why?
either in the
Why?
top drawer or in
Red.
the other room.
You need pencils? I got pencils.
And you didn't spend one chip on it.
Well, I'm just trying to find out where his
Chippo
thing
man.
is.
I love you, Chippo man.
Look at the bodega folder.
Don't look in the bodega folder.
I know it's in there, I've seen it.
Does anyone else need a pencil?
last it happened, you guys
Yeah.
rooted around through the remnants of the old barracks and the northern hangar. You are standing in front of basically on the taxiway in front of the
Welcome
northern
back,
south
Henry.
hangar, mulling over what the fuck
So I'm at 10.
you think you should be doing. You get to check out the weapons bunker, which Greer explained to you
John.
I love weapons bunkers, by the way.
should be empty as fuck. But it used to have the elevator to go down to the actual newer weapons storage. There's also the excavation hall with the excavator, and then there's the fuel storage up northwise.
Chips.
And
Fancy water.
for your troubles, but we didn't technically end the chapter. I'll give you the chips now just because you pretty much did. You got like 90% of the way there.
Chips.
So you're gonna get 4 bounty points.
Whoa!
all the pre-sharpened pencils
You
in
want-
here, you know?
Oh man.
think
And then
one
you
of
can
those-
spend them before this round.
Not sure.
Yes, you can spend them, you have an opportunity to spend
Good
shit
American
now,
pencils.
once everybody says they're good, then we'll be good.
Say 4 fate points?
For bounty
Four
points.
bounty points.
You'd have no fate points.
What's the difference?
Do I
There's
have
6
that
fate points, right?
Exactly.
Spending these two. These
So
are
there's no
before
spot
my
for bounty
before my
points?
draw. So my draw is two-way.
Yeah, it's right in the top right corner, there's
So that's
nothing.
4 plus the 4.
There's
I'm
right
taking
four
my
bounty
quickness.
points.
My pencil
David rolling.
doesn't
Big words.
every comment.
I
You really put it.
I can
What?
fill
Do I
in
have
blanks.
4 or no? It's obviously
I'm gonna return to this at a later date.
Uh,
The old,
Wasn't there?
And
I'll
bounty
leave
points
it.
do
You
not
can get
mean
two,
that I
yeah.
can increase 4 things by 1. Bounty points means I can increase one thing from 3 to 4, correct?
No, bounty points work the same way as chips.
Chips, they-
just don't have the other good parts of chips like saving
They're
your life.
just for
They're
character,
only for-
creative
so
character stuff. You
they-
can't use them for
You
any
can do
of
them for
So
the
then-
skills, the dice up, or the dice
So
down.
that would be
All
like
it works.
a blue and a white.
Okay, so the same thing, 4 bounty points means I can increase a skill from 3 to 4, and
Yep.
spend 4 points to go from 3 to 4.
Or a dice roll from 1 to 2.
Okay.
I want
Or a dice
I want the
from
Starbucks.
nothing. Because
And
it's
so,
super expensive.
yeah, and so to
The
increase
fuzzy worms in front of
a
me.
die size, you need to triple that die.
Triple that.
Yep, double for dice
Die
down,
type
triple
is
for dice.
yeah. Size is three, and amount is 2.
What's the bottle? I wish it was.
I actually, I have to hold off because I upgraded my quickness last week, so got to lay low for a little while.
All right.
Quickness.
Use,
What is your
Give me,
quickness?
I was
Stand up?
40-12.
Somebody
God
give
damn
them.
it.
what do you need?
I
No,
played
I
this
just
game
wanna look
before.
at it.
You did too.
I did too, actually.
You're so
What are you
cool.
looking
at?
I understand.
I wanna get a little bit more
I-
into
I-
medical.
Let's be fair, I had to
Because
walk
wanna
that game.
have some
I was-
sort of-
I was like the special
It
student.
was,
I don't know,
it was
is
your,
there
no,
what?
no,
Anything that has to
it
do
was
with,
your game and we were all part of it.
Medicine.
Medicine?
That's really how we ran
Can I use
Medicine.
the bounty points for that?
Do you have medicine as a skill?
You ruined my
Oh, that's a
No, can I not?
You could
Change
have
that.
called.
So
Got
to
to pick
get
judge.
a new skill that you do not have,
Mhm.
you have to come up with a justification, play-wise, why you would have that skill.
Or they'll
Like,
come
You
later.
can't just like poof. Now I know how to cut people open and change their spleens.
Fair enough, I'll wait till later.
But like, so for instance, like the easy one for me to spit off would be if Connor wanted to take another point in medical, I would totally be fine with that because he had to figure out how to use a lot of
Practice
crazy
makes
shit
perfect.
to remove blood from people and keep them alive.
Sweet.
So that would be like a gameplay justification for increasing the rank.
Like I took a rank
I
in
have
assault
an idea.
rifles,
Later
and I
on,
said
I'll wait
that
for that.
If
we
you
took
already
out forward
have
left and set some cannons.
a skill, you
Shot
can
some
raise
cannons.
it
You get a
more.
bunch of Bud Lights and
That's
just
awesome.
had a grand old time.
It was great.
But if you want to have like a medicine 1, I'll let you take medicine 1. So under medicine 3, you basically treat it as first aid. Above 4 or above means you have like actual like
Knowledge.
advanced life care.
You went
Like, I
to
did this
college,
before-
but
I
you
did
didn't
this.
graduate.
Like you know doctor stuff. You
I went to
can
community college.
you can
OCC.
like you can do advanced medical care stuff.
You're like an amateur gynecologist.
But I'll
Oh, you mean pussy doctor?
Yeah.
you know 1 or 2 things maybe if that's your specialty. But you have to take medicine for college.
Okay.
See if you'll close.
So if you want to spend, but to get a new skill, it's not just 1 point. I think it's like
I
4
forget where
3 or 4.
Do you want to decide what Squeak does with his abilities? Because he might be, you
Um,
might
Yeah.
If it's,
know better what he would need for the adventure and what he would do rather than me.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can,
you're
and also I
I
will raise his shit
Okay.
as things
Okay.
progress,
You know what, I really want
If
to
it's-
regardless of.
try to argue with Greg that I should be
if
able
it's
to
that
put points
quote,
into
complicated, I
shoot
would
assault
rather wait
rifle.
later on, because I had an idea, but if I have to really invest a lot into it, I'd rather do it when I have more.
It's like it'll be
Oh,
somewhere
also-
between 2 and 4 points. So I'll find out for you in a second.
Alright, so how long until I can take shooting assault rifle since I've been using an assault rifle?
You can take shit as a rifle.
Could I could put like a few points in there if I
You, I wouldn't let you take more than 2 in it.
Okay. Can I put 2 in it right now?
Yes.
How much does that cost?
Currently.
3.
5.
5 altogether?
Wait, no, sorry, yeah. I'm
Three.
an asshole.
7.
3.
1 and then the 2.
So shooting is one of the, just to put it out there, shooting is one of the few things that is less complicated. Like if you have shooting in another thing and you want to take shooting in something else, you don't have to spend the extra points to get it as a new skill. So you can just spend the points for the levels, but you have to do, so if it's 2,
1.
it's 3 points.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
level 1 and then level 2.
Alright, so I took
Nice.
two levels in assault rifle shooting.
I'm not touching
And
that.
is that, alright, so mathematically, is that better than shooting an assault rifle without the actual skill, like I was using my deafness or whatever.
What was your deafness?
Yes, because you got a bunch of minuses.
Yeah.
So now you don't get minuses.
S3.
But I rolled on this die.
I'm gonna give you a.
So it was a -7.
Oh, okay, so nothing, minus nothing basically.
Right.
Yes.
I was rolling really well, I guess.
If I give you a white chip to go up to 5 bounty points, can I go from 1 to 3 on assault rifles?
2.
1 to 3.
It will be 5 points. So it'll be the 4 you gave me plus
You
the
gotta
white chip.
Wait, wouldn't it be 15 points?
No.
No. It's so 1 to
These skills
3
are just 1.
would be 2 points for level 2 and then
Times
3
2
points for level
times
3.
Gotcha. Actually, that's not a bad investment.
No, but as long as you're allowed to do it, it's phenomenal. Man, I need to
Actually, yeah, I want to do, Greg, I'm going to use 2.
scrutinize and search are
Yep.
things we've done.
I
I'm
should
going
use
to bring my scrutinize up to 3, which would be 3 white chips, correct?
Yep.
Or just use the bounty, do you already use the bounty points?
Well, I can hold on to my bounty points.
Yes.
I mean, I can up.
Because you can max out on chips, but you can't max out on bounty
Bounty
points.
See what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
can.
but you can save your life with chips, but not a bounty point.
Yeah.
Alright, touche salesman.
I just want to hoard these. So,
Right,
Greg,
actually,
You want to spend the bounty points first.
Yeah.
I'll let my.
Why would you not keep chips to save your ass?
Because you're gonna spend
some
more
of my
chips.
because some of my skills will cost, like, for example, if I want to get nimbleness up, I'm gonna have to amass like 36 bounty points.
I, didn't
Or
follow
36
So
the
it's
trades.
that's a
Doesn't
fine
terrible
balance
for nine,
between you dying and maybe getting the thing you want.
Okay, so I want to upgrade my scrutinize
So-
from 2 to 3, which would be 3 bounty
Yes.
points, right? I'm gonna do that, and then search from 1 to 2, which would be another 2, right?
1 to 2, yeah.
So I'm gonna use 5 bounty points and upgrade those 2 skills by 1 point.
Search
I
or
now
use
see the
scrounge?
importance of quickness.
Search and scrutinize.
So if you want a
Shooting
level of
once
medicine,
per
it is
turn is
actually
not
just
really
1.
that beneficial.
Just 1 bounty point?
Yes.
Can I do that?
No, quickness.
Yes.
Alright.
Kind of a big one.
Quickness right now is everything. Eventually, guts is everything.
Guts.
That's the
Guts-
skill that when you go deep enough, that becomes the most important.
Guts and faith
Yeah.
are when you need them, you need 'em.
Do you have it?
Yeah, so somebody spilled that to me early and I put a bunch of shit in the guts.
I put 2 points in the
You
gut,
will.
that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying.
One point could be great if you roll real fucking good.
Eventually,
But I remember you saying that like guts has to be earned, like you can't level up.
That's grit.
Grit.
If you grit's a whole other thing.
Grit's is-
You roll
Grit is a whole nother thing. Grit is immensely
When
powerful,
the work.
but when you need it.
When the work spills over,
But you get grit from seeing. Grit is your
I lost a lot of
mental
insanity rolls.
scarification from seeing horrible things. So when
Childhood.
you fight like really bad stuff that fucks you up, I assign you grit points.
just the head was out, I could see myself.
Do you roll? You don't roll against grit. Grit is a
Grit
bonus.
adds
Don't
to
remember how
the biggest thing grit does is when you're gonna die, grit helps you not die.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
like
big
not dying.
But grit also does other things. It sneaks its way in there. But the number one thing grit does is keep you when you're like, oh fuck, I have 5 wounds to my head and I can't negate them. Maybe you roll.
Suddenly you're tough enough to take 5 wounds to the face.
Maybe you roll grit and you don't all the way die.
Just go retarded. Go full
John.
retarded.
My character is actually my left, my opposed my right.
What's that?
The last time I played, I
don't
took
know.
damage to my left. Yeah, I know. I took damage to the left leg. So.
Take a good
It's really high quality slide whistle.
Beautiful. Well, there's a lot in that presentation. There's obvious skills there.
It's not a plant.
But it's still
I
like,
took
How much
the
of
direction
it-
slide
how
whistle.
much of an asshole you look like going like that really adds to the experience.
By the way, I'm a little beat up. Is anybody on the
No, I just spent all my chips.
Too bad Charlie isn't here.
Too bad the healer is around shit.
I'm mainly.
I mean,
but
you're like
not,
the
I
backup.
didn't lose my leg.
Where?
On my left leg.
So you're you're
I
hobbling.
know.
You're hobbling in game and
I'm
out of
hobbling
game.
in game.
I have
What's up?
Can I grab my?
wounds
Can you hand me my
across body.
crutches?
Oh, wait,
I'm like way
Is
over.
everybody good?
Oh, you better spend them.
Yeah, I think I'm.
If you don't spend them, you lose them.
Well, if you don't
No,
spend them,
what?
you maybe it
You
keeps
use
them
them next
dying.
week.
Yeah, Greg.
No, you can't have more than 10.
Oh, chips. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Greg,
gotta
So I
spend-
had 10 already. Shit.
You had 10 when you started, and then you drew a 3. Make sure you spend 3
Oh.
before you start the
And
adventure.
remember
Alright,
also
so-
to spend red ones so Greg gets nothing more.
Yes.
I want to
So-
up my quickness from 2 to 3 die.
6.
6 altogether?
6 points.
It's
Not when you
red
got
chips.
all them chips.
You have extra chips that
Use
go
3
away.
red chips.
Three
Red chips right now.
Three
Three red
chips,
chips.
a fake bounty point, a red chip.
What
Makes
do you have
sense,
for
right?
shooting?
Cookies.
That's, I think,
Yeah, so 2, 3,
Barring
4, 5, and
Search,
then 1 fake.
is that,
Yeah.
what's the difference between search and
Good
scrounging?
call.
Scrounging is like scrapping and finding stuff.
That-
Search is
you
looking for anything.
You should be all about scrounging.
Scrounging-
Searches, both are really
Well, I
important.
have 2 scrounge and 1 search.
So,
But-
So,
search is general,
I'm
scrounging
still
is
basically a
specific.
rogue that just uses.
Yeah,
You
scrounging-
want to bother me to scrounge stuff. I
They're
will
wonderful.
potentially randomly give you opportunities and tell people like, oh, we'll scrounge from this. But most
Yeah.
of the time, what you want to do is if you're in an area,
Mhm.
scrounging is kind of like
Not
you
handle
manifesting
one
parts.
No, I'm not.
What you're gonna find
For
with
something
scrounging
specific.
is getting parts.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
not drinking six though.
But search is-
You
could
have
be
good
brain.
taste. Yeah.
So like I could search a body for a med kit
Yeah,
compared
but you
to
wouldn't.
searching a
You wouldn't
pile.
scrounge a
You
body
wouldn't
for
So
a
searching a
favor.
pile for like a muffler.
You wouldn't scrounge a room for stuff. You would search a room for stuff.
stains.
But if you were in a junkyard and you're like, oh, I need
A muffler.
parts for this, and I want to do that, you would go scrounging to find stuff to
Okay.
Alright.
make materials.
And a pistol.
I'm thinking, who actually got the Tommy gun?
Squeeze.
Yeah,
Squeeze,
fuck,
because
we
it's an
got-
SMG.
We got a Tommy
He's
gun,
got-
that's awesome.
Yeah, we got a
That's
badass
so
Tommy
cool.
gun.
He's got ranks in
Ball.
SMG, so he's pretty much the one that can use it.
If we get into a combat situation, I think somebody else should take the Tommy gun, but that's.
None of us
Why?
have ranks in
Squeeze will
SMG.
shoot it better than anyone.
Yeah. Does anybody else have ranks in SMG?
He's got 4 ranks in SMG. That nigga can
That's
shoot.
fucking, that's good. That's really
We can
good.
shoot pretty well.
Just remind somebody to play
Like that
Squeeze.
for a German porn dungeon child.
Greg, I wanted to,
Can I,
go ahead, you go first.
can I use any, chips for my weapons? Can I upgrade them, or is that
You
more
are
of
free
a?
to.
No.
Not
That's
as
more of a
sensible
character.
amount to share with all of us.
Chips have nothing to do with
Yes.
items.
Easy rock.
No
Easy rock.
monetary
Because I
value.
feel like that's more practical in game, so.
That's very, very simple.
Yeah, you gotta do that. You gotta do that in game.
As a
Yeah, I
group,
think
okay.
I don't think it's gonna be like really intense and smoky, it's not. Greg, I wanted
That's,
to,
that's the kind of scotch I would
what would
drink.
the
'Cause it's
point
not
must be in
scotch,
trying to
it's
get
scotch.
I guess
a
scotch
skill
is
ring
like scotch.
in
Yeah.
a
Scotch is very old.
academia that
Yeah.
I've been exposed to?
Is it?
I wanna know more about combine stuff, like combine technology, or
Can we sit with Dr. Roboto and have him give us
what's
some
the
downloads?
academia that you
You can
have?
try to ask the
Occult
questions, sure. but-
engineering.
Occult engineering is the word that I know.
No.
Not? Alright,
No.
moving on.
I want knowledge demons. Is that just? I mean, I feel like I've been around enough.
Does the point of the 5 stars go up or down?
You speak ancient Thoracic?
Really a big fan.
Alright.
I wanna take your company.
Never. I want to
Then
come and
take
have
it
you
to rest.
once. Gravestone.
Once.
Everyone will share one quote.
You it comes in time, John. It will all come in time.
I understood the
Yeah,
rest.
stop skipping.
You guys will
That's what my girlfriend
Potentially
told me in
be able
high
to
school, and
take-
she left and fucked a dude in college. Just remember that.
what'd you say?
She said
That's
it'll
what
come in
ruined
time.
you?
Oh.
That no. No, that was like the intro.
Did she not fuck you in high school?
I
No, she did, but it was high school
I
stuff.
mean, I
So
still remember my.
That's what
my
every
first time
girl in
meeting
high
you.
school does, goes and fucks somebody else in college.
Do you remember that
It's kind of like a
story?
rule.
When your wife had an accident?
No.
No.
I knew you for a long
Yeah, I
fucking
know, I
time
still-
by that point.
boardwalk.
You mean Connor?
Yeah.
I don't know. At least my recollection was a story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
When I was
You need
fucking
flip flops.
beating a clit to death.
in a kitchen, real drunk, beautifully drunk, very kind person.
It
though.
sounded like you threw up.
You were so welcoming into your home though, in
Is that
Brick.
I had to have
Brick house.
been there that day. I practically lived in that house.
Sober as an ox.
Right.
Just smashing a fat chick on the kitchen floor.
All right. Well, so you guys are on the airfield.
Hanger?
You're standing in the little concourse in front of the 2 hangars, in between the right in front of the operations building and the 2 hangars.
I probably should
Just
have.
kind of got done looking through the barracks and walked out into the back into the
Probably should have asked
Is
this
it still
before, but
nighttime?
no,
no, it's
daybreak.
early morning, so now it's probably like 9
So,
or 8.
so this fat guy, is he genuinely trying to help us, or is he just like?
He's trying to fix the helicopter.
Okay. Okay.
to get out of there, right?
Yes, he wants to leave, and would love your help.
Oh, by the way, Junker, there might be a helicopter in the west hangar that you should take a look
I
at.
heard I get to like take some shit from there. That the combine be
He's looking for a
The
very
combine
specific
helicopter-
part.
Is there? Yes.
you are or who is?
All right, Herbert Hobbs, the big fat floating combine dude,
Yeah.
needs to fix the helicopter to get out of there. Disarmed all the combine booby traps.
Yeah.
And needs a part for his Black Hawk helicopter that, with your skills, you might be able to find in the combine helicopter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I sure as fuck didn't find anything when I was looking for the part.
Black
I
IPA.
found toothpaste.
You ever seen Black IPA? Or
Why is there an arrow that says mine?
Black
Maybe my-
Guy
maybe
PA.
my-
Black IPA.
John,
It's the name of a Pennsylvania-based.
someone wrote like mine.
Brewery,
arrow.
Black IPA.
Yes,
Bien.
it's the urban
Oh,
flavor that.
maybe
is
it's
the malt liquor.
Skittles take longer.
What's your bigger spirit die types?
Get here, stout.
Chicken fingers.
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah. Well, bigger here dice.
What?
Oh, that's 2d6.
Six.
And your spirit
Ding dong,
dice.
ding
The
dong.
bottom one.
2d6.
So you have 12 win.
Oh.
Just make little notes above 12.
Oh, you brought up a great point. So, win. Thing we've kind of just not been
Yep.
doing.
I haven't bring it up.
Well, I found it. So every time you take a wound level, you take a d6 wound
Oh
randomly.
god.
So that
Oh, shit.
means
Yeah.
is
Subdual.
you can take a small, like 2 wound levels, but it could put you on your ass
Yep.
just because the way it hits you. Or you could take 5 wounds and take no wind and be okay.
Thank God this game has just gotten a little harder.
Yes, yes.
No one's dead yet, so okay.
Just in time for the good stuff.
I'm trying to think what game was more difficult, this or Rogue Trader.
Like,
Because Rogue Trader, everything was always on fire, we were always dying. But now like, we're always starving and we don't know what we're doing.
It got to the point where he heated this ship with parts of the ship that were on fire.
you know what? That's probably more about surviving in life than anything else.
You want to get this corpse
Yeah.
structure? Absolutely not. It's really unnecessary.
Hey, Vauxhall, we're all starving.
Slide a couple mattresses out.
We'll just eat the bishop.
Oh, we're the poor ones. Yeah, turn them into hamburger meat. No.
That's tough.
Alright.
The hamburger later.
Great item. Really.
So-
I'm still upset we didn't take it.
Alright, so every time you take one level of wounds anywhere.
D6 wind.
Okay.
Wind is vigor being given.
You can also eject. You can also
everywhere.
elect when you're doing brawling damage. You can always elect to do, which ultimately works out to be like subdual. You can elect to do just wind damage if you're hitting with your fists or with a blunt object.
Table leg.
Sharp,
Like-
sharp
what?
fingernails.
My wind is a 14.
Not subdual.
I'm hoping that's good.
It's not.
Yeah. So Heather, if you would like to poke around the helicopter, you're more than welcome.
I'll love to.
Okay. And there's a
Use glass.
basically like a F-22 Raptor type like stealth attack fighter thing in the hangar right next to it. The helicopter has been, it looks like an explosive went off inside of it.
Dice.
The inside was ripped apart by shrapnel.
Did you find a metal D6 anywhere?
Are you like?
What's that?
Yeah.
I was gonna say shrapnel.
Oh yeah, well, I'm just the helicopter.
Yeah.
The combine helicopter that was
Is it
damaged
good?
in the
I'm
attack.
going to say it's in one of these
I'm
bags.
sure you're right.
So
Let's
Sorry,
go,
can I- sorry,
bro.
roll
Let's
for
go
scrounging in this
fucking
case.
shoot somebody.
tell me what are you doing?
Yeah, you could hit me
I
with
want
Go
to
in and whoop it in a
go
womp.
through the. So I'm able to get to the
You
pile.
just walk right up to it.
Okay.
There's a blown
I'm
up,
looking
partially blown up
360
helicopter
hits on him.
and a fucking partially taken apart.
I want to find what this
airplane.
motherfucker wants.
What's that?
I said I want to find what this motherfucker wants.
So if you'd like to, unless someone can remember exactly what he said, you can roll a cognition check or go talk to him.
What are you trying to do?
I cannot remember the name of the part I need.
You need
Transducer?
shit. There's a flux capacitor.
What was it? It's the flapjack accelerator?
So then I need to roll a cognition before I roll. my
If you
strength.
roll high enough on cognition, I'll tell you, or you can go try to have a conversation.
Everybody wants
Fatso, what's that shit you wanted again?
What's that shit we used to get back in the day?
Oh,
pussy!
He needs pussy.
So,
I mean,
Who doesn't?
probably.
Alright, so nobody knows what it is.
I actually have no recollection.
I can't remember.
It was.
I think I left by that.
You must-
No one was paying attention to most of the things he said.
That's not true. You must have slipped in.
No, I told you vitally important things that people glossed over.
Alright, I'm in no place to argue with you.
I wrote 5.
All you remember is that he's fat and in a
You
floating
can
chair.
use, you can use chip
And
memory.
has Doc Ock arms.
Five's passing by.
5, you remember he said something. He's definitely trying to fix the helicopter, but you can't recall exactly what.
Gyro.
Alright, let's go back
Nah.
and talk to Hans.
He's like a couple hundred feet
Yeah.
over there. Like, you can see him from where
Hey,
he's
asshole.
Just sitting there floating.
Well, you can see the door. He closed the door. so
Hungry.
you can see.
He's eating his hedgehog.
Help this fatso out for? Why don't we just go get the nuke?
Oh,
get the
can I
hell
throw
out
a piece of jerky at him to get him to remember what he was supposed to tell us?
Piece of jerky.
I want to throw a piece of jerky at the fat asshole
get
that's
him what he
fine.
wants,
No,
what
he'll know. He knows they'll do it.
Can I bribe him with a
He wants
piece of
very
jerky?
murder.
I have 7 pounds.
So he's threatening us
He-
to help him.
he's pretty serious.
So he'll tell
we
me
would have a chance
regardless
to
of the
get that.
jerky.
So you are.
Can I coax him with the jerky?
Everyone else here kind of just saw a fat weird guy in a floating chair.
I want to coax him.
You were probably blown away.
You realize there's a very vital piece of information that Dave neglected to tell you, but you are in literal awe. This man is a fallen hero, but it,
Makes like loops.
So,
light
wait,
years.
it's
Like
like
if you're here,
It's like his
he's like
familiar.
I can't even represent it with my
Yeah.
hands ahead of you in terms of junker knowledge.
Oh shit, he's like God.
He's one of the men that designed Ghost Rock weaponry.
Oh.
Alright, pre-war, right?
Do we
He
own
told
those
you.
or just?
Yeah.
He told you all
You
that.
worked for Hellstream Industries.
Oh yeah.
So what
Can I get a-
pound
for
of
the last
jerky's
part.
a piece?
Can I get a Ghost Rock
Yes.
assault
To
rifle?
coax him with the information.
If you find one,
he read the-
wants
you want an assault rifle made of Ghost Rock
Report.
or an assault
We'll tell
rifle
you
that
straight
Oh,
shoots
he
Ghost
will,
Rock?
okay.
He's
Well,
going
definitely
towards
both at the same time.
But
One's
he
better
and
than the
I,
other.
we're all working
Oh,
on
answer.
to get him out of
Ah, you
there,
did.
and so we can get the
Is
nuke.
that why he disabled the combine?
Yes, so we can help him.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of not talking that people did to him, so there's plenty
So
of
I'd love
ask.
to fucking talk to this guy and
Yeah.
ask him.
You
Doesn't
are
mean
almost
you as a
apprehensive
talker.
to speak to him.
Like I'm
because of
embarrassed. Like
how ridiculously like
Can I
junk.
call him Daddy?
He's a big deal junker. He's a very big deal junker.
Please don't.
Do I need to go and talk to this guy? Because I'm really not good at talking
Alright.
to people.
Let's go back and talk to him. I just want to put it out there. Be careful where you step. There's 2 rules now. Combine stuff explodes. Second rule, wormlings.
Didn't you just say that combine stuff?
Anytime
combine
you
stuff
step
is
foot off the concrete, you are liable to die until we figure out whether that's
That
true.
is
or not.
rule number 2. If you step off the concrete onto the soft earth, worm sign.
It took a bunch of combine and dragging.
Shai Halud comes out, and you don't get any of the good afterbirth spice either this time.
always comes back to doing business.
And Mega Man and Ghostbusters, you know me, okay? This is who I am. Love me or leave me, okay?
Those are the only options.
So we go back to Hobbs.
Ow.
It's like a 2-minute walk.
We walk.
It's
Can we get there safely?
Okay.
just if only one of you wants to go, that would be okay.
Alright, stop wasting those.
Hobbs, what's the name of that part you need to fix that helicopter?
I was gonna say, I'll eat that.
I mean, it's not like one thing.
Did you have a list you can give me?
Are you an aircraft mechanic?
No, I am not. But a friend of mine may be able to find some parts you're looking for.
Closest thing you're gonna get.
Oh, you.
Yes.
I hadn't
Me.
noticed. Another of the faith.
Mhm.
Well, to be plain, what I'm trying to do is make this damn thing work off of my battery pack. And you see him gesturing to the back of his hover chair.
Mhm.
So you can tell that he is trying to integrate his body / contraption into the helicopter to power the systems and get the motor started. So the helicopter was not damaged in the war. It's just been
It's
sitting in
just
this
been
hangar
inactive.
for a bajillion years,
Yeah.
20 years. So he's just trying to refurbish it and get it going. It was a diesel powered dual turbine military helicopter.
We just have to convert it to Ghost Rock.
Well, you don't see him necessarily doing that, but he's doing something.
If they were.
Well, his thing is not his contraption that's floating is off of Ghost Rock, right?
It's off of electric. Remember,
Oh.
Ghost Rock doesn't power anything. Ghost Rock doesn't make electricity.
Okay.
Ghost Rock
It's just a fuel.
makes electricity like Gasoline makes
it's
electricity.
like a generator. You put the
Coal
gasoline
makes
in, and
electricity.
then electricity comes out.
Ooh, yes,
In a sense,
kinda.
simple.
Ish.
That was vague as
So,
kind of almost.
But it'll work. It's like hell, right?
Listen, I'm a woman. Things just work for me.
oh
Tell-
my,
please
well,
tell
it's,
them that.
it's,
Roll-
an,
Have you seen Event Horizon?
it's nothing like that for everybody, but especially important for you to know. Like, Ghost Rock isn't the thing. There
It
can
powers,
be
but
cases
it's not electricity.
where magical spirits take over mechanical things, which you well know. But in most cases, it's conventionally powering stuff. And you're
Okay.
literally burning it like coal to make stuff move. But it's like nuclear coal. If that
Is
makes
his backpack? His backpack isn't Ghost Rock powered.
No,
is it?
it's,
just says
it's
electric.
electrical.
sense. It has a big ass battery.
The alien X-Men bad guy who's got like the television show with like the
Yeah.
robot
What? I was
legs.
about to ask you. What's his
I
name?
cannot remember.
He had the Super Smash TV
so-
Do
television
you
show.
think that's something you can fix?
Cannot
Oh,
remember.
yeah, definitely.
He's
Mr.
seems
Awful
and he
or
plays
something.
me, I'm probably gonna be alright, it's just a matter of time. I really just need you guys to protect me if anything.
Will you guys cover me if I try to
It
go
seems,
through
it seems
this,
ironic that
this
you need
file?
us to protect you when you got Yuppie here looking over you. I like stare up at the Vulcan cannon.
You don't know how close I came.
Mojo.
These things,
We'll take it.
I don't know where the fuck they came from. Underground, obviously.
Did they come off the ground onto the concrete?
Oh yeah, they run. They run good.
They come up to the surface and run.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus can't hear you.
You're talking about
Jesus Christ.
Can you shoot him?
What's that?
chopping robots?
Oh, you can
No,
shoot 'em.
sandworms.
I
I'll
have
shoot
So,
anything.
Graboids, got it.
I
Okay, I
have a
haven't seen
strong
Graboid yet,
suspicion
so.
that the wormlings, I think he called them, are either caused by or influenced by or some way related to the weapon underground.
I think they're related to
They could
the
be
haunting of the
irradiated?
base, and these are the fallen soldiers that were here and like failed their mission.
This
Because
weapon
the
you're talking
book
about, the same thing that the
says
Combines
That
out there?
they've taken prisoners. The
In
book
that
says
bunker?
the base
The
is
nuke?
staying
Yeah.
hostage.
Oh, okay.
And then Hobbs said that Yuppie
I'm
killed
not sure
a
how much
bunch
you
of
guys
them.
talked about this before.
So they-
You guys didn't talk about anything with him. You were like, oh yeah, floating guy in a chair. All right, cool. I'm gonna go over here.
Oh, alright, so I didn't,
Wait, we
I
gotta,
was
we gotta,
good.
we gotta focus a little bit. So if we can do one of two things right now. We can do one of a few things. We can do one of two things immediately. We could try to help Dr. Robotnik out with his Sterla chair, okay? Two, we can try to find the entrance to the elevator and see how far that gets us.
Entrance
But-
of the elevator is completely collapsed.
That's what they said.
This is Greer just telling, no one has looked in the weapons bunker.
Nobody, we haven't even been down that path. That's what they said.
I figured you guys would run at a room called the weapons bunker.
yeah, I wanna go there first.
Big ol'
Let's go there. Greer could be a fucking phantom for all we know with that information with a.
Turns out he was dead the whole time.
I would stop talking to you for a
Oh yeah, everybody was a ghost.
time.
You guys ate a bunch of bad cookies. And you've been hallucinating at the first truck stop you got fuel at.
We all blacked out when they had the spook juice the first
Yeah,
night.
Greer just says large Marge sent me. And poops. It's like, oh come on.
I'm gonna use that.
I'm the only one who drinks this boost juice, I'm the only one now hallucinating.
Did you
I'm just that crazy.
did you identify the part that he needed?
no,
If you wanted, if you wanted to help him, you could maybe speed up his efforts and learn a thing or two, but he needs time.
can I feel like I'm not worthy, like in Wayne's World, for this guy?
You want to. You
Or-
are currently.
I'm either gonna like grovel to him or feed him jerky to get information out.
You also have like a deep, while you are in awe of his vast knowledge and contribution to the way the world works, for better or for worse,
We're not
you realize that he is like fallen among you. He works for the bad guy.
Okay.
He's from Hellstrom Industries
Art.
before the Combine even existed.
To them,
He's
we're the
he's
bad
shit.
guys, so
He's like an
it's all
OG
about.
Nazi.
He's like a Nazi scientist.
Yeah,
he is a Nazi scientist.
He's a huge piece of
basically.
shit. And our number one goal is still
The new-
turning off the nuke. Fuck this, like, I'm all for it if he gets us
And
out of
Bruce
here,
Daughter.
I will help this guy.
Oh, it's
But-
great.
and what?
And my daughter.
Yeah.
Are we
We're gonna do.
still talking about Greer's daughter?
There's stuff in this book,
Jesus
I have some
Christ.
questions. I don't know if you're a traitor, I don't know if you're alive right now, I don't know anything. We'll try and find your poor
Are
daughter.
you saying that to him?
Yeah.
What do you
So
mean?
cold. Burr.
Oh no, he was
You-
in the room
I
with
got
you.
love for Greer's
Yeah.
daughter.
What does
Yeah,
this book
Well,
reveal?
he's already espoused
I'm
his
just like,
belief that someone must be just crazy and inhabiting the base. McMaster's been dead for years. He's not a traitor, and it was dated after the war.
Regardless of him being a traitor or not, I can learn from him.
Well, who is he a traitor to?
He's not a traitor at all.
you
He's
tell me, Greer.
Hopefully we don't find
You
out.
tell Jesus.
full of your life.
Who the fuck is that?
I know trap when I see it.
What?
So that's our goal. We can help Dr. Robotnik if anyone else is. Otherwise, we
Sprinkle
have
some
to
mustard dust on him.
keep going. How about we just see if we can get if it's actually collapsed or not? We wasted a lot of time, and I want to do more.
Stuff tonight. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Go.
fair enough.
So, before you stands the rest of the airfield. There is the weapons bunker, kind of directly west across, a little north of where you are, but straight west across the airfield. Still attached by concrete.
Excellent.
There is the fuel storage tanks up on the north end of the airfield, away from everything, obviously, because it's fire hazard.
Obviously.
You can see the wreckage of a fuel truck up over that way. And then directly behind the weapons bunker is the hole in the ground with the excavator next to it. And then, like, kind of to the side of the weapons bunker, it looks like they parked it off maybe 50 feet away, is the military truck, combine military truck.
Okay.
Clearly marked, big gray
That's
combine
the
military truck.
Dumb
hallway bomb truck.
Oh, with a trailer for the excavator.
Being careful to stay on the concrete on the.
You don't even have to be careful.
I
Are there
would
sidewalks?
announce that.
Are
It's
there-
very large.
Are there sidewalks or is it just all?
There's a
paved?
runway.
Well, for how drunk
Oh,
I
because
am.
it's an airstrip, okay.
Roll a d12.
Alright,
So this is the
Are there
runway.
more booze available? I
This is the
think
runway. You're here.
Okay,
That's the bunker.
yeah.
There's some blown up
Shit.
shit over here. But that's where Hobbs is. That's where the airplane and the blown up
Yeah.
helicopter is. That's
Okay,
their control
Where
tower.
would you go?
There's the hole in the ground. There's the excavator.
I got it now. Thanks.
Alright,
I would have went by myself.
let's go to the front door of the weapons bunker, see what's going on.
Is Greer with
Is
us?
that case?
Greer is
Greer's
with
with
you.
us.
I very much.
Greer is
need
chomping at the bit to go over to that part because he wants to go check out the hole.
Alright, we investigate the weapons bunker.
All right.
Great.
You wander on down by.
Quickness.
But
The door is wide open. This is a very thick walled concrete bunker. The weapon racks inside are completely bare. Looks like the place has been ransacked. And as Greer explained before, this is where the militia has gotten most, if not all, of their
When you say
supplies.
weapons bunker, it's like weapons bunker, like small arms, right?
Yeah, everything. So this was bombs, missiles,
Army
nuclear
army
weapons.
stuff too. Okay.
But the top floor was like security lockup with small arms and stuff for the base security forces and whatever the fuck else. There was an armory in here where people maintained and repaired weapons, stored ammunition,
Okay.
but down low is where they kept the aircraft munitions.
Which we're going underground, right?
Well, couldn't hurt to take a quick look. Just
Yeah, because I could definitely use,
So-
you know, a
So-
couple things, a little gifts.
As you walk into the room, you give me a scrounging.
Is there any?
There's just shit thrown everywhere. The place has just been ransacked for years and years and
Okay, I
years.
was just saying, is there any inclination that somebody has been here like really recently or now?
do I see dust?
There is dust.
Okay, good.
The angel dust?
Right,
Great.
okay.
No, like normal white people dust.
Okay,
It's just
there's-
funny stuff.
Because if there's crazy future dystopian drugs, I will do them.
Adaptive
nine.
drugs in the military days.
Wait, no.
I have no.
Why would you doubt that?
No.
Dark.
All right, that is an exceptional
Also
skill
involves
roll.
76,
You
I see.
managed to parse together
Is that a perk?
5 mechanical parts,
Dark
what would be
version
5
of
mechanical
mechanics.
parts, into basically a small box of random assault rifle parts. So now, if you needed to, right now, you could effectively repair an assault rifle, or you have a box of like 5 small mechanical parts to use for whatever.
That's actually pretty
You should
helpful.
write
Does
that
anybody
down.
You
do
should,
that?
you should probably
You should
write
write
that
You
down.
need that.
You would.
If one of our guns jammed, you are totally the person that we're gonna come to.
So can you upgrade?
How many parts was it? 5?
5 mechanical parts.
Can you upgrade weapons to do more, or is that
You
you
can
gotta
make
find
shit
That's
something better?
literally her job.
You can ask me
She can
in order to do
imbue
that.
your weapons with demon spirits.
Like permanently?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's my goal.
Yeah,
I want
feel free to do
pure
that.
saw, man.
Anytime.
In real life
Ask
or
me.
in game?
It takes like weeks and weeks.
I don't know what that is. I don't know
tell you
if
how
it's a
excited
thing.
That's good.
All those bolts go in, they come out this direction.
That is exactly what you need.
So you want
Yeah,
me to
if
take one of
someone
those
beat me to
arsenal,
it,
but like,
but
what do
If
you
you
want
meet,
me to
if you
shoot
meet,
out of it?
if you meet Ada Wong,
Uh,
Steve, what do you have?
So
What
I,
kills people more?
So, I wouldn't mind
Well, what do you have, like,
just do like bonus
do you want
barrier.
like shoot
Yeah.
things? Do you
Well,
want
tell me
to
what you
blow
want,
up
I'll
things?
order
Do you
it.
want
Yeah,
to?
get whatever,
Is it
get
where-
bonus
because
barriers
these
and
are
get
assault
whatever.
weapons, so like
I have an assault rifle.
assault rifle. You have an assault rifle.
Very
Do
basic.
you want me to
So-
upgrade it? Can we upgrade his assault rifle with the
I'm gonna
parts?
do this right this second. I'm
No,
just,
no, these are not like upgrade parts. You find like
Oh.
No, this
spare
is
parts.
Replace
Can I
this is
pick it
like
up?
a day journey of.
You have a box of them.
Okay, I can take it.
Yes, you have them on you
Oh,
right now.
oh, okay.
You found them. You scrounged. You
put
rolled.
them in your purse.
They are yours personally forever till death do you find.
I have a person. I have a person in a post-apocalyptic world too.
Tank Girl would be proud.
I was gonna
Fuck
make a
you.
joke.
Is there an elevator shaft?
Yeah, I put it in my meat pouch.
Ah, she got a box alright.
So, yes, against the back, basically, it's like a 60 by 60 square building. Super heavy concrete, big metal door. There's a Rolodex, big, like garage door size door in the front. And off to the side, the one that you went through that was open, wide open, was like an actual door size door.
Blast.
So,
Yeah, so you
Glass
look in the back wall,
yeah.
straight back, in the direction of the hole, there is an elevator.
Powered, is it powered from distance or no?
There's no,
Is there,
nothing
is there
indicating.
anything powered here?
From
Is there anything-
standing at the door, no.
I go to the
we walk
elevator.
towards the elevator.
Alright, Greer wanders over the elevator and says, yeah, this thing's been fucking broke for years. I mean, when we blew the charges, it kinda screwed everything up. He actually gets to the door and kinda starts to pull it apart a little bit. The door comes open, he sticks his gun in there and pries it open. He's like, yeah, look, he takes out a pen light and shines it in there. You can clearly see the floor of the elevator is like at a crazy angle. It doesn't look like it's worked in quite some time.
Do you ever?
Though the keypad does not blink anything discernible, but it does blink.
Building on John's observation, does everything in here look like it hasn't been touched in a very long time?
Doesn't look like there's been anything to touch in here. Though.
You know,
I'll touch something.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to use like the layer of dust, but to my knowledge, there hasn't been any recent activity in here, right? Like
Nothing obvious.
footprints, fingerprints, like
There's
like-
footprints in the dust, but
Okay.
they're all
there's
various.
not like a lantern on the corner, or somebody hasn't like been here recently.
No other lantern.
So do we know where this elevator was supposed to go, or it was just?
Greer will tell you. He tells you directly. This went down to the underground storage for the aircraft munitions, specifically the nuclear weapons storage facility for the base.
That's the whole thing is that there's a.
Have you tried rappelling down there?
Yeah, I remember that.
No.
You do the
How
rappel.
deep is it? 5 stories, 10 stories?
I mean, the first level's probably a story or two.
Can we even?
Okay, when he shines his light down there, how far can I see down?
No, it's not a shaft. The elevator itself is right there at the door.
Yeah, the actual
He shined his light in,
right
you can
there.
see the elevator car. The floor is like fucked up and the elevator car is all twisted and fucked, but it's in place at the ground level
Alright.
where you guys are.
Alright. Okay, so the.
Have you tried the elevator?
It's
Have you
funny.
tried it?
He goes over and presses the button a couple times.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Good question, good question.
Let's see if we can get our junker to actually do something
Just do it,
feasible
just do it on
for us
the
to
top.
get some light back.
I'm okay
Or
with just
Uber
climbing
Eats.
down there
I
and
tried
see what's
both.
going on.
No,
Yeah, you are, yeah.
I don't think you understand. We can't get past the
Pizza
floor.
around here, shit. I've
Do
never
you want
done it.
sandwiches?
What kind of?
Maybe use a
yeah,
bomb.
sure.
The other option
You
is
want
to
chicken
go to the
parms,
dig
something
site,
like
and
that?
maybe
Yeah,
they've
chicken
already
parms.
dug and breached
Egg.
and be in
Alright,
the.
I'm
Dan,
open to that option.
We gotta cross the sand for that.
There's also a hole in the ground.
In the
No, where?
concrete?
No, outside.
Outside,
That you haven't checked.
Okay, barring that, we haven't made it through yet. How are we gonna get past the actual elevator cart? Blow it up, remove it? I think that Heather has a chance to maybe bring some light back into it. It might be a tough roll,
I
but.
think this will probably never run again.
Shoot demon loads at it?
Not without.
Shoot
we-
demon
we-
loads.
It was destroyed by explosives, and Greer says that the explosives, to his knowledge, were wired into the shaft.
Oh.
It was designed to collapse it mechanically, so
It
it's,
did really well.
yeah, it did its job.
It did work perfectly.
The elevator's probably not something to pursue.
Okay, guys, I think we should go outside and check out the hole. I looked at it from the tower.
Yeah.
It looks like they breached the concrete wall. I think that's our answer. And I'll be brave enough, I'll walk across the sand first if you guys
Let's
call it
send
suit.
Squeak over there, just make sure it's breached.
I recommend.
Greer is happy to walk across the sand.
I don't
Okay,
think we
if he
need-
goes first, I follow.
we need him.
Greer will go.
Okay, Greer goes and I follow.
You guys are finally, he's like, I've been dealing with it, but, you know, we need to get down there and check out what's going on. At least take a look. Who knows what's in there?
Stop staring.
Okay.
Let's all just go. What the hell are we waiting for?
I go.
I'll go, fuck it.
Alright, so, Greer and Connor walk over to the hole.
I'll go with him.
Katana drawn.
Everybody walks over to the hole.
I'm not looking at the hole.
You
I will
staying
stay in the
in
hole.
the bunker?
No, I'll walk over, but I will stay 10 feet behind whoever's going towards the hole.
On the sand though.
You go to
Yeah,
fight the clock
yeah,
tower.
I'm on the sand. I'm on
So
the
you're going
sand.
towards the hole.
I have my bow.
You're not like
with an
standing
arrow
at the edge of the
drawn.
hole.
Sounds just like high school.
Still going towards the hole, yeah.
It's getting up to it.
So
You're going inside.
Yeah, but you got like you go for a dance. You got the awkward boner, but you're not putting.
Just
Yeah.
touching it, getting close to it.
Yeah.
Rubbing on the hole.
Rubbing on it, learning about it.
Checking
Tells you
moisture.
what he really does.
Exploring the hole.
Um,
Where's the hole? I can't find it.
Yeah, it sounds like high school again.
Alright.
Still
Well,
with it, that clip, John?
I'm gonna find it one day.
I am the click commander.
All of you motherfuckers bow to me.
so, as
So
you
sorry.
walk up, everybody give me
Thank you.
a scrutinize.
Oh, I need to die.
I'll trade you money.
The whole bottle. The whole bottle.
they'll do it if you push them. You see me doing my what?
That's the one thing they know more about me than you do, and how to push my buttons and how to make me do shit that I don't do.
I got a
Yeah,
free
I
squeak
trust,
up
I
for it.
trust Zim to
Woo!
push your buttons the
Terrible.
most.
I don't like that one.
Where's the hole?
I get
Good, I think we're here.
Hey, in high school, the whole town's me, alright?
Eight.
What were you rolling
Scrutinize.
18.
Screw tie knives.
Jesus Christ.
I love cognition.
Roll on
I actually just like
seven.
that.
Shit.
Seven.
7.
Kiss you all
Eight.
over.
Alright.
And over again.
It wasn't a toughie, but I figured I'd make the roll. So, most of you, except Sweet and Connor, notice that there is
Good job,
clear
guys.
signs of fighting around the hole. You
You didn't see
see
that?
dropped weapons, drag marks,
I mean,
blood, disturbed earth, all leading into the hole.
How close is there's like a backhoe, right? There's like an excavator.
Backhoe is up to the hole. It is on the hole.
So someone was saying that the weapons have
Yeah,
been
the backhoe is right up to the hole.
It's been according to Hobbs, all the combine shit has been deep booby trapped.
Roll me a cognition check on.
I may be mistaken. 6.
You think he might have said something different, but you can't remember what he said.
I relay that to the party.
He definitely did something with the blowy up stuff, but you don't remember what it was.
Are there combine corpses here? Are there any bodies?
Combine
Detroit.
weapons?
Yeah, Detroit weapons.
There's like one or two. There's like an assault rifle and a handgun lying on the ground, all fucked up.
I walk up to the hole and stare and look down.
It is dark, but you can tell that it has breached a concrete structure underground. But it is, from what you can tell, it looks like there's earth inside the concrete structure.
Yeah.
There's some sort of something going
Something
on.
went into it
But
instead of
it's,
coming out of
it's
it.
very dark.
In my estimation,
It's
how-
about 20 feet to where you could see.
Yeah.
You can't tell what's beyond that because it's too dark.
But within the 20 feet, when does the structure start? Within
At
20?
the 20-foot mark, it's
I go down.
okay. It's
Wait,
gonna.
wait.
There's no
Wait.
clear way to climb down.
You can't just slide down?
You could just jump in the hole.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck
Right.
else am I gonna do? Hey, what if I got it. I have a 50-foot thing of rope. I'll tie it to the excavator so we can climb down.
Cool.
I have a flashbang grenade. You want to just start with a ruckus?
No,
Next
not
time?
yet.
wait,
Not yet.
You want to
I-
bring
I-
the
now
ruckus?
that you said it, I do.
Does anyone have
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
So-
Sandworms.
I start firing my weapon.
It's dark
I got 2
in the
excited
hole.
about the ruckus.
Just want to remind everybody that.
I take one of the
Well,
rags that I have, I soak it in
John,
scoop
you have a
juice.
flashlight, don't you? Do you have that headlight lamp?
I don't.
Good.
But I could,
Use the Zippo lighter that I found. I light the spook juice rag on fire, and I drop it down the hole just to see where it terminates.
If it
Give me a cognition check.
You can take parts out of a helicopter and make a flashlight?
You should be able to make a flashlight.
yeah, I could probably take,
Someone found a flashlight at least last time. Greer has a flashlight.
I made the
Oh,
flashlight.
Squeak has a
You
working
have
I-
two flashlights.
I have the flashlights.
Squeak
I have
has a
flashlights.
working flashlight. He
Someone-
found last week.
Oh, Squeak found it last
He
week?
found bolt cutters and a working flashlight.
Good.
And toothpaste.
Ooh.
And a diver's watch. He had a great run.
Are you just making stuff up now?
He rolled really high on his finding shit roll.
Alright, so we
That's an
have.
actual skill
I
to
just-
find-
It's
find
dark in the
shit.
hole. Wanted to remind everybody. Good.
Yeah.
We thought about our light sources.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're trying to get in the hole. What do we
Got
got?
it.
Buy your dinner first.
Rope, I tie a rope to the excavator. So we climb down.
Lots of
Roll me a
shots.
cognition check. Alright, this is my way of helping you.
Great.
Can I
Sounds like a great
Can I
idea.
assist? Can I assist? Do I see anything with my great scrutinized?
Roll me a cognition check.
Greg, does it
Do you want
Unless you have another, you can also just have an idea. This is me just.
This is my idea. We
My
can actually
explosion.
use the excavator to lower us
Okay,
down
you-
there.
Oh
You use
shit!
the rope
There you go.
There
You
we
win.
and the flashlight.
My 15 is
Does anybody have
listening.
What's
to-
power?
Anybody have driving excavator?
Take a bounty point.
Thank you.
Whoa!
What'd you say?
So we're gonna use the
For
excavator.
succeeding where everyone else
We're gonna
fails.
power up the excavator and ride the bucket down into the.
So we're
into the
gonna go
hole.
like.
Also,
4 feet down?
roll me a cognition check anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna go.
Actually, use an
Give me
excavator
a
in real
minute because I
life,
want to
so-
remember my.
Yeah, me too. We're gonna go like 4 feet down.
Okay, so somebody's gonna pilot the excavator and then you're gonna do that. Ooh, that's a great roll.
Goddamn.
Explosion.
Boom!
You-
Ah,
yeah.
Can we do like a kazoo for an explosion? Like I feel like that merits that.
If I blow on this with my mustard breath, it'll kill you.
True.
I don't know how to use a kazoo!
18.
Zoos
You,
are great.
all of a sudden, as soon as you start thinking about the excavator, you remember specifically what Hobbs said. Hobbs said that he
I
deactivated
forgot. I
the explosives on the excavator.
Ah, good. No residue. Okay.
Your hipster mineral water.
Anybody know how to work this?
Not
I'm
Topo
gonna go with the.
And it looks like the excavator's
It's some
arm
spicy
can
water.
reach
I
down
love Topo
into.
Chico.
It's so
Well, actually,
amazing.
logically, it
Yeah,
had
I
to
feel
because
like
it went
you
that
taste
deep
it
to
for
dig it
like
up,
$7
right?
at Walmart.
So you
What's
could
it
probably just extend the
Alright,
excavator
I'm gonna
over
go-
there and
So
then
like,
climb
can
down.
we
I've
prevent
got knowledge demolition. I've used it in
Can I
real
jump
life.
on the excavator, get
Demolish a
used to
building.
it, fuck with the controls a little bit, and then just like set it up?
Play around it. Give me
A driving excavator check?
Do you have driving anything?
No, but Squeak has driving cars.
So,
Squeef can attempt.
this is my
I have
logic
a- I have
here.
a
So
chart.
I have brains in knowledge demolition, and in real life, I've used an excavator to demolish a building.
So
in
demolition
real
in this
life,
game intrinsically means explosives.
Okay,
I've
well,
driven an excavator in real life, it's not that hard.
it's really
They
quite
let
easy.
you-
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Drive
labeled.
an
It's
excavator.
labeled. They
It's
label
really
it.
quite easy.
9 for Squeak.
Squeef jumps in the excavator, and after 10 minutes, he manages to easily figure out how to turn it on. But
Well, Daddy, I have all the power.
manages to
Let me
lower
work
the
these sticks.
excavator
You're
Oh,
doing,
Daddy,
you're
oh,
doing great,
into
sweetie.
the hole.
You're
You
doing
see the
great.
bucket disappear into the darkness, and it eventually does
Does anybody
sound like it hit something.
Oh.
You're making sounds. Those are not letters.
Excavator,
Squeef.
X-A-V-A-T-O-R.
Draw his,
I don't
have
know.
his Tommy gun, and his flashlight.
Greer has already started to climb down.
I follow
Greer,
Greer.
you're such a piece of shit. You're such a piece of human reference.
Maybe.
What? I can't hear you. I've gone
I
ahead
said
into the
you're a piece
darkness.
of shit.
Don't worry, I have a
I'm
plan.
I
gonna
made a
marry
dead
your
dog.
daughter.
Wish to have my leg broken, fall
Greer
down this thing.
swings, has his assault rifle slung over his shoulder, has his pistol out, and a pen light in his mouth, and is climbing down the. You see him jump down, and you can see the light moving around. And there's weird concrete, kind of messed up walls, and he's like, "Yeah, it looks partially collapsed, but it looks like there might be a way forward."
Oh, here's your
Structurally
problem.
sound.
I have a request for the party and for you.
When
When we put the excavator down to lower us down, correct, right?
You're just climbing down the arm.
Okay. So that's what I want to
It's,
get.
it's
So,
there. It's sitting there.
so there's an escape route. We can go back up the arm, right?
Why I don't? Yeah, it's. Why would you not? There's no. Once you climb down, there's no one up there to. Unless Hobbs feels like being an asshole, you know.
Just making sure.
Hobbs moves the arm.
to crawl out of this like weird like
We're-
levitating thing
We're all
just
going
to
to
fuck
die
with
down here. Oh,
everyone.
we found the Red Queen down here.
Nice.
We're all going to die down here.
Do I get down there?
We all go down.
Can I-
Everybody, give me a nimbleness check.
Oh god.
The first best use.
Not helping.
A little short on D8s over here.
I'm just gonna let you all kill it.
Fucking, I'll just roll one twice like a fucking asshole. Whoa! Whoa!
For light
Nimbleness?
sources?
Nimbleness or quickness?
Nimbleness.
Nimble.
Greg, I have a question. Let's say I wanted to hypothetically make a torch out of the spook juice.
Shit.
Hey,
So,
so
you, with your exceptional cognition roll before, realize that spook juice itself is just like, it's like dipping a rag in Everclear and lighting it. It'll burn, but it won't,
Cocktails,
it won't
actually.
burn for that long.
So it's not like kerosene, right?
So, you thought ahead and you dipped it into the diesel fuel
Thank
in the
Ooh, good idea.
excavator,
Excellent idea. Thank you. You're welcome. Could I have a torch?
and use the spook juice to jumpstart the diesel to burn.
Badass.
Because you know that if you try to light diesel with a lighter, it doesn't do it.
Yeah.
What's vaporized?
Oh, is that the
Who has a
Getting
house
together
phone?
form?
That's the it's time for an egg roll on my asshole. I don't know where I was going with this, but it'd be so horny.
Everybody nimbleness.
6s.
3?
10.
Oh,
9.
Sweef.
10,
6.
5.
and you got a what, John?
9.
Sweef got a 7, I got a 3.
Alright, you take
17 points.
Jam.
1 point of wind from stumbling down and jamming your fingers into places they shouldn't be on the excavator.
If I had a dollar.
There's a high school joke in here again.
Yeah, there is.
Alright, so you all get down there. Important, who has light sources?
Alright,
I
so
have
does somebody have an extra one
Two
for
light
me?
sources.
so if anyone wants to borrow.
Shotgun, shotgun.
Squeeb is a light source,
Squeeb
Greer is
has
a light
one.
source.
Come
She
on, we
has
have flashlights?
2 light sources.
Yeah, you can take my fucked up one that I made by myself.
I'll
I'll
follow,
take the real one.
I'll follow behind somebody. 'cause
We're
I
gonna call
don't
it
have one.
fucked up
Heather,
flashlight.
I'll walk extra
It's really useful if you made some kind of like party like lantern that we
Well,
could.
what
all
I
benefit
made
from.
was I
Took
took
truck light.
the truck light
Oh,
and
yeah.
I powered it with spook juice so it has a
Oh,
broad
that's great.
view.
Powder
So
with
you
a
can take that one.
You
Alright,
didn't
I'll be out in front,
What's
fuck
that?
it.
What power with? Oh, the battery, the electrical
Battery.
battery.
So you actually made it kind of like a bullseye lantern
Well,
with.
I basically made brights.
She took a headlamp out of a vehicle and tied a battery to it and now it lights up.
Do I
Press the wires.
with her using that? Do I need the torch or not really?
That's entirely your call.
I'll keep the torch.
Did you put it in your inventory?
I put fucked up flashlight because that's what you said.
Okay.
So is that the one you're talking
up flashlight.
Is that what you're talking about? Was the headlight
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll be out in front. 'cause I'll have
standing
that.
at the bottom of the hole, you can see into the unearthed bunker. A motorized bomb dolly sits just inside the doorway, empty. There's an electronic keypad and a card slot on the wall near the door. It appears to still be operational. The display above the keypad continuously flashes the words ID confirmed with mocking regularity. About halfway down the sides of the hole, the rich black topsoil gives way to a layer of thick red clay. The drag marks would start at the top of the pit and at a series of small tunnels in the clay. Judging from the deep clawing imprints of human fingers around the edges of some of those tunnels, not everyone who entered them went willingly.
Warm side.
You're dragging people into the place?
There
Inside
is
round, right?
Never seen
uh,
Dracula.
Count Chocula?
Bram Stoker.
Bram
You-
Stoker's Count Chocula.
basically stand in a collapsed
I watched
hallway.
that in a hallway.
Greer reminisces for a moment, realizing where he was the last time he was here. But looking to your right is basically back towards what would have been the elevator. And then you can look, and that's entirely collapsed. So you can see the superstructure of like the hallway, like the support of the hallway that would have been there. And to your left, you can see further down. It's less collapsed, but still very much obstructed. There's small people-sized holes
Oh, we got
in the
22
probably
people watching us bullshit and do nothing. That's pretty fun.
How many people?
the size of like a manhole and a half wide.
Should I flash?
Yeah.
Cheers.
In
No,
the
we want
in the collapsed earth that leads in the direction of the old hallway. That would lead towards the bunkers.
Okay, now the big giant door that says, access granted, what does it say?
So there was,
ID confirmed?
yeah, there's a door that is collapsed and fucked up, but there is a keypad on the side that is blinking ID confirmed.
I asked Greer about that, if that's what that should say, 'cause that seems wrong. That seems like something only he should be able to make it say.
Well, I was gonna say Greer has access to this.
I absolutely
bunker,
agree.
correct?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm the only one. I don't know who else made it, man. I don't know. Maybe the combine hacked the
Did you
computer.
say did you say you have a partner?
Is the
They
real
used to be
beer
able to
hanging
do this
around
too?
some here and you're clearing
No,
somebody else?
just me.
You were the only one.
Neubauer.
The only
Neubauer is dead, and he
the
never even had access.
only person
Yes,
with access.
as far as not when the base was running, but the one that's alive. Yeah, I'm the only
No,
one alive.
no, no. When the base is running, who else?
Any of the officer corps.
What's the name of the officer? The
Masters, maybe
Could
McMasters.
Could McMaster do it?
Yeah,
He was a base commander. He could do whatever he wanted.
Right answer. Okay.
Whatever he wanted.
So is the door currently
It
open?
was the CO. Well, yes, but it's there's so the door is open and through the doorway collapsed tunnel leading towards elevator.
Okay. Okay, we should stack up and head down the hallway.
So there was
passable.
body size
That's what
holes in
I
the
want to go
ground?
that way. I just have a question.
That's the other direction?
What was the
Or
that
towards
area that
the-
trailed
towards
off
the-
that had like the red clay with
There's
the
a
holes,
hallway.
The
dragging
main bolt,
fingernails to it?
Yeah.
So-
behind it, the elevator shaft.
The
Yeah.
direction
Destroyed.
towards
And there's
what
a
would have been
deadbolt.
the rest of the bunker,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
away from the elevator. The elevator's this way, looking that way. Collapsed tunnel.
Okay.
Less obstructed than the one leading towards the elevator, but still very much obstructed. You could just see a little further down. It looks like like this room, earth fell into it. Looking down the hallway, you could see like a pocket like this, like off one side or something. So it's less collapsed than the other one. But there's red earth,
Like clay.
heavy red clay mixed dirt in that direction in the tunnel, and in that stuff is 4 holes. People-ish, human-ish size holes that you could crawl through, but you would be on your
This
tongue.
game's great because I love issues. Issues really change everything.
Well, so like it's like a manhole cover. Maybe it's an inch or two.
Squeak puts his flashlight in the hole.
It looks like it goes down. It curves and
Oh,
twists. It's
yeah,
not a
it's
straight
deep.
line.
It's deep.
It's big and deep, I like it.
Oh,
It's
I've
dark
seen one
and
just
deep
like
in
this
there.
once. It was wonderful, yeah. Wunderbar.
It is
Wunderbar.
It's more textures but less smells.
We
If only we had a hamster.
we lube up Squeak and throw him in.
No rope.
Try to climb
Uh,
out.
Let's
In all honesty, I take Squeak's flashlight. I ask him to tie a rope to me, and I go into the hole.
You're going into the hole.
I start crawling through.
Okay.
Why would you ever
So
do that?
Greer's getting ready. He's been poking around looking at the holes.
Ew,
What do we want to? How do we want to go about this? We obviously got to go forward, but what, are we all going to go in one? Do we want to split up? What do we want to do?
Sure.
He's willing to go into the goddamn hole.
Had like the partial collapse.
Greer's willing to go in a hole too.
You can't get through it.
Alright.
So we're climbing through a hole right
I
now.
don't think.
Alright, grease up Squeak. Who goes first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Greer's happy to go first as well.
Just wanna go
We
right.
take different holes. We meet in the middle. Sounds like high school.
Well, that's basically what I need to know is. So you have 4 holes. There's
Nice.
Nice.
4 holes.
you're looking. If that's the door, there's one here, one there, and one there.
I'll take the one closest to the door.
So the door's there. There's one on that side, one on that side, one there, one there.
Yeah.
I take the one
So
on the
there's
left.
2 that are
The
equally close to the door.
I go in both of them at once. What the fuck do you want from
If this is
me?
anything like mini golf science, you gotta go to the furthest one away. You think
Is there a windmill?
Is there
You
a
know, you
door?
have to get through the tunnel first.
Cloud with an open mouth.
I go to the left hole.
So the door, I will go the one on the right.
Wait, Greg,
Closest
is
to the
there a
door on
logic
the right.
skill or logic roll? No.
I don't think there's
I don't
a.
think this is very logical.
I don't think there's a game mechanic to.
You can't just
anything
figure
before.
that out.
This isn't a Monty Hall.
Yeah.
You're gonna actually figure it out yourself.
Looking at
I
the
don't
door,
think
closest
splitting
one to the
The game
right.
can't help
I go
you.
through that one.
Are you just going off on your own? Are you waiting for people, or?
Do anybody go?
Are we all going to do one hole? Or are we all picking one?
I'll go through the left hole.
Um,
I'm just going.
In order to get it, we actually have to crawl into it, right? We can't.
Yeah, you're gonna be on your stomach. I mean, you can lift you'll have like 6 inches. You can lift. You're gonna be lifting yourself up on your elbows crawling, but
So
you're
you
gonna
wanna go on
be, you'll be
door number
prone as you
No.
go.
I'm
He
not-
literally
You
said
want
you're
to
gonna be
go
on your
The three
stomach and
hole.
you'll have 6 inches. That was a real statement he just made.
Take a chance.
Well, you can lift yourself up. You know,
It's like a touch tunnel from every science.
So are we
Yeah,
all
A lot less
it's
smelly.
smaller than the touch tunnel, but similar.
are we separating or are we keeping together?
We have to separate this. We're different holes. And
Well, you can all go in the same hole.
You don't have to separate. You can do whatever you want.
I want to go to the left hole.
Please.
'Cause that's ringing to me right now.
All right. We go. So we got left hole. We got right center hole.
I would say door
Five
number
hole.
3.
I feel like door number 3 would be right
Five
center
hit.
hole. I'd go 1, 2, 3, but whatever. You know.
Yeah.
I want to go. I don't like this. I have my torch and a knife and a combat knife out. I don't like this at all.
All right, noted. Let's go.
Wow, guys, I'm
Good for
really
you.
scared.
You ever see Scooby Doo? It never works
we come
out
out of
right.
the other hole.
Oh, I'm gonna go in that hole. You go in that hole. Oh, guys, I don't like this at all.
I'm scared.
Put it back.
Oh no! I picked the wrong god again.
I take out like an archaic like iPhone and I start playing Penny Pro music.
That last part really cut me deep, by the way.
Does Greer have any idea what's on the other
You
side?
glossed
What
over,
would
which is-
or should be on the other side? If you were to go
Once
No one that
Once
was
upon a
walking up,
time,
I was waiting.
there was a large room.
For
that
20
was
years, you've been
full
talking
of aircraft
about
munitions.
in game and out of game.
Okay.
This is where they would store and maintain missiles, bombs,
Merry
nuclear
Christmas.
weapons.
Happy soon birthday.
Okay. Once upon a time.
Flares, maybe.
Oh, that's so fallouty.
Mind flayers?
Again.
No, just regular
You
flares.
just throw a
Now, is there
grenade
only one room on the
in.
other side,
Imagine.
or are there multiple chambers?
There was multiple chambers off of that room, like offices and bathrooms and.
And
Let's
laundry
start
rooms.
army
So
crawl and
what
see what's
turns
there.
into
How else are we gonna
municipals,
find out?
like,
Yeah.
There's the
You don't find
armory
anything,
and then
come
there's
back.
like the
So I think we
like
form a
the
human centipede
municipal,
and
like,
go forward.
I think like
I'm
school
really
gym sized
front.
room
Yeah.
with a little bit of lower
Shotgun
ceiling,
middle.
and then there was like a couple
Ooh,
small
that's the worst
rooms off
one.
of that room.
Yeah,
But
the
really,
no.
control center.
it's
Last
part
one's
of
the worst
not even.
one.
They're very small. Like they were just
Just
pretty
shit
much
out
all
shit
part
at
of the
the
same
same
room.
time.
That's a lot of dudes.
Then
Basically,
you
I'm
get
wondering.
into everyone's,
Yeah.
but you're not giving it to anyone.
There was racks. He describes racks along the walls that they would be able to store the bombs in, and there was like a ceiling hoist, the ceiling crane.
I hate Korea.
Alright, everybody pick a hole, let's
Bunch of
go
bomb
through, if you don't
dollies.
I have
find
a
anything,
plan,
or if
don't
we don't
worry.
leave the same place, come back and we'll regroup.
Are they
just so
jollies
we
for
know where
bombs,
we're
or are they
at.
just
Then
hiding
we can make a
bomb
decision on
dollies?
that.
Let's do it.
No, they're automated. They're actually like
Bomb dollies?
motorized dollies for weapons.
Alright,
We're
so
splitting
here's the
up.
idea,
That's
4 of
the
us,
goal.
we each go in a hole, we see what's on the other side, we come back so we can regroup and make a choice.
Can I I'll go if I can borrow
Okay.
someone's life.
So
But like,
who
not like-
wants to? So I can't do this all at once. So who wants to go first?
Connor.
Connor,
Okay,
started.
Connor did say he was gonna go in first. So Connor, you're going in the. So we're gonna go. So everybody knows. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I go in 3.
I assume. So hold on. So 3. You. Is anyone going with you? Is it just you?
It will be just me,
I'm going to different
I
hole.
have
Squeeze,
squeeze
squeeze,
light,
squeeze would go with you.
and I had my guns with me.
Just you by yourself in the light.
Just to see what's on the other side, and then I'm gonna, my intent is to see what's on the other side, say, okay, this is a giant room with this, and then come back, and essentially, they're gonna do the same thing and come back so we know, we say, this is what's over there, and this is what's in hole number 2, and this
Sure.
one's gay, this one's
I
gay.
don't think
Alright.
Squeef will let you go alone.
I wanna mark some
Be
things.
careful.
I love watching you crawl.
So Connor,
Probably sitting a backside.
and it's all for me.
I don't know if we need to necessarily come all the way back again.
Huh?
We probably don't find it inside.
Could be 10 feet.
Could be right around
You're
the
something
Could
too
be
far
like,
away.
hey,
who's going in hole? What hole are you going?
number 1.
All right.
Very well, Trevor.
Very well,
Very
Steven.
well.
Is anyone going with you? Do you have a light source?
I have the headlight lamp, and if anybody wants to go with me, stare my ass the whole way through
Okay.
to finance.
Who's going next?
2.
2?
4.
I'm holding down the fort with Greer.
I'm gonna stay here, wait for you guys to
So,
open the door.
I'm
And
holding down the fort with the guy I want to kill, and
And a German porn dungeon child.
So, what
my favorite character.
Yeah.
So what's your blood type?
You have any allergies?
Have you ever had an Uncle Sandwich?
So
Imagine asking somebody that. You ever had another sandwich?
I'll go with Connor. No, I won't go with Connor. You Squeef should probably go with you. Squeef will
do you
go with
want
you.
Squeef?
I'll go with Trevor. Cause I'll go with Trevor. And then Greer
I
is
seem to be the least
fucking
weird
around.
one out of everybody.
Greer's gonna go with Jones.
okay.
Excellent. Yeah.
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 You're going with Connor?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go with Trevor and Squeef. Squeef is gonna go with
Yeah,
Connor.
Squeef.
So Heather's all by herself.
And Heather has
A handgun.
and
And one bullet.
you want
You have a shotgun.
do you want to wait?
I have a police pistol, but I want to hold that one instead because it's easier to like go through the.
Fucking, I'm sure. Wait
Shotgun,
till
this
you
is
open the
like prime shotgun territory.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll take the
Do
fucking
you
shotgun.
wanna-
I will
do you
take
wanna
the
wait?
DMs.
door.
Do you want to
Surgery
wait?
with this thing.
Have more or just go with? I mean,
I still have
because
6
Charlie's,
shots.
because Charlie's not
Was
here.
it?
Okay.
So
I think I
As long as you have a stack.
So
Or
we're
is it
good.
the stack of chips you
Yeah,
have in the shop?
Denzel.
This is what's happening. We're all
I
okay
have
with
so
this.
many white ones.
Okay.
I
we have
am
a
not,
plan.
but
I
yeah.
logically don't
We
see
are
anything
going
wrong
in.
with this.
All right. Connor and Squeef first. You begin to crawl down the tunnel. Crawling.
Dragon Ball
After
style.
what? After like
Okay, bing bong, somebody at the door.
Thank you.
Bing bong.
You're my favorite
That's
person.
funny because it's Chinese food.
after about
Ching Chong Row.
Ching Chong Big Bong.
He's
After
like
about
red
40
one,
yards,
listens to all of us.
it's dark. You notice, actually, here, how about give me a. Actually, realistically, everyone's going in a hole. You can all roll this.
Yeah, Greg, I'm sorry. Is this specific to one?
Well, I can't do them all at the same
One at a
time.
time.
So first, we're doing Connor. He's gonna get to a point. I'm gonna do the next one. I'm gonna get to a point. Blah, blah, blah.
So I'm really hoping this is like a mystery door, like
But
but
you're-
there's something horrible in it.
To be frank, you're all going in at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just
I'll move this.
check.
Oh, you check this right here.
No, momentarily.
Here,
Oh, I think I
don't
Chinese
kill
food.
me.
Okay.
This is a weird Chinese food.
I mean, I don't kill you. You kill yourself.
Yeah.
Man, it's
Every
a waitress.
time. That's
Not
what
like
I
orders from
yeah,
Showtime.
said.
He hands you the food like, oh, yeah, thanks. No, your character's still gonna die.
Definitely.
You have the same opportunity.
Or
to do it.
za.
Yeah.
Give me a. Everybody can give me a cognition check.
No, different place. The normal place we order from is closed right now.
Oh, shite.
It closes 7:45.
740, that's awfully random.
Nice.
Is it cognition?
Yep.
Just straight cognition.
Just straight cognition.
4, 5,
2.
1,
Fantastic.
6, 4,
Cognition's not my,
16.
Okay, Connor.
not great.
I got an 8. Squeef got a 5.
Okay, you
Wait.
two.
You got a 5.
Wayne.
9.
Hearing
Just
or
regular-
eyesight?
I say.
Just regular cognition, right?
Okay, so you and you, you got a 2?
Two.
Yeah, so the 3 of you, not squeaking you and not you, realized that the surface of pretty much everything down here, even though it looks red, earthen, as soon as you get into the tunnels, you realize that it's
Sure.
more like it's not as earthy as you figured. Looking at the red clay, you figured you'd be walking or crawling through like actual wet earth, which was sketchy because you're worried about collapses. Is the first thing that came out. But you realize that it's actually concrete. It's a rough hewn, almost like concrete, but it's like a bone shade of concrete. It's like a yellowy concrete, and it's kind of smooth, but a little bit rough. There's streaks of red in the concrete.
Is it
Like
set?
veins of red, like
Yeah, I was
marble.
gonna say.
Yeah,
Like,
Is it like set concrete or
Yeah.
is it like
hardened.
I can hit like metal and like gunk gunk gunk
Yeah,
like
hardened concrete.
alright, sure.
Wait, does it?
is it man-made or is it organic material?
It's concrete. So
Oh,
as
no,
far as
it's-
you know,
Well, I didn't know it
do
was
you
concrete like
have any
material.
knowledge in construction?
Natural concrete.
Greg, I understand what
Well,
you're saying.
Mostly.
I should
But
see my
as
character like a horrible
As a
construction
darker,
worker, so
you can
like-
give me a science roll, and I will.
That's a
tell
good
you.
lattice.
Just gotta
So,
put on my lip
nice.
gloss.
Greg, does it transition from like the clay into that?
As
Or
soon as you get in the
Still
tunnel.
slice that
Is it
shit
my
because
highest
we're
roll or is
still-
it all added together?
Highest roll.
10.
This is not good. This is something that.
It doesn't look natural. It's not like naturally occurring stone, but It certainly looks strange to be man-made.
No,
Okay.
this is bad. This is
We're
something that generated enough heat to calcify it.
See, this is the best part. I didn't notice. It's not my problem.
Neither did I.
All right, onward. So
That's
after
what
about
it works.
40 yards, crawling through this
40 yards?
weird concrete stuff, it's really hard. It's not as soft as you thought. It's
It's
kind of
so
scraping up your
hard.
elbows a little bit, but you get through. You keep feeling Sleep's nose in your ass.
I'm
But,
so sorry, Daddy.
You come to
He
a.
keeps goosing me. It's the most uncomfortable 50-yard dash ever.
You come to a fork in the tunnel. It goes right or left.
Alright, take it off.
Jesus Christ.
Think about that.
And that's from
Trevor, you are going in hole number 1.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so hole number 1, you are
I
going and
just
going and
goes
going and going and going and going.
away from-
It's you and
I
Zimmerman.
said no
Okay,
on you.
both of you guys.
Don't give me fucking.
After about 40 yards, this thing's still going.
Chinese
Are you
It
German?
still feels like it's kind of curving to the right a little bit.
Cooked onions are
but
great, raw onions
it's
are fucking gross.
still going. You can shine your light, you can't see the end of the
Very
tunnel.
German.
That is a very German thing to say.
So that's you.
I'm the same way.
Let's cook
John
things,
and
people.
Laney and Greer, you went in hole number 2, correct?
Was that, I was hole number 2, I believe.
Okay, so you jump in, Greer
Secret hole.
gets in right behind you,
Mystery
and
hole.
you go about 10 yards down. You can still
So many times.
maybe see a little bit of
Just on the
light
outside, right?
down the outside, but it forks. It goes right or left.
Right.
Okay, you go about 10 more yards, and you bump into Connor.
Always go left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Oh, hey.
All right.
can't you see you in a hole?
Hey!
Reminds me of high school.
How you doing?
Tunnel number 4, Heather
Yes.
by herself.
Wait, great question. Is what you just described about that concrete, is that all
Everybody.
Okay, just-
Yeah.
Heather, you're going in hole number 4.
Yes.
You're going. About 40 yards down, same thing. You can kind of shine your light. You can't really see the end of the tunnel, but it seems like it's curving a little harder eventually to the left.
Sure.
Okay.
Come back
All right,
Go left.
Connor, back to you. So you and Squeef.
So I'm at a fork. I look left. I see Greer and John.
You start to hear scuttling noises, but you can hear the two of them kind of muddling along to each other, and eventually you see John's
You see
light.
Squeef
I
sucking
say,
Connor's cock.
follow me. Obviously, I know where the left goes.
So you're gonna go right.
I go to the right.
All right. So you go down 40 yards, blah 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 blah, and you're following him, assumably. All right.
And then who's behind me? Greer?
Greer's behind you. So you're
Fart his face.
you're ahead, right? It's you, Squeef, Mulaney, Greer.
Yeah.
Greer's gonna have pink eye by the time he comes out.
Such a stinky hole.
So you go about 40 yards down. Again, it feels like it curves to the left a little bit and then starts curving back around to the right. But you shine your light, you really can't see the end of it. That's back to.
Wow, that one smells so bad.
Come
We're gonna do this
on.
again? We're gonna do this again tonight?
Every day.
Trevor and Zimmerman. Hole number 1. All right, so it's going straight. You're gonna continue on. All right, another 40 yards. Still nothing. You're crawling and crawling and crawling.
Like 80
You're actually
yards.
getting pretty claustrophobic now because you're really deep into the middle of nowhere
Is that
underground.
Right.
Does the tunnel that we're in, does it?
It stays width. It stays roughly the same.
And
diameter.
same material the whole
Actually, I
time?
had a collider.
You actually get a little bit further and you make it to a fork. It's either left or right.
Left.
Always to the left.
Left.
Hold on there.
How are you deciding? You're not
uh,
even there.
What's that? I don't know.
Heather, all by
I
herself.
just wanted to contribute to the team.
You make it
Always
down a
go
little
left.
bit further, probably like 20 more yards, and you get to a fork. Left or right?
Why,
There's a roller
why
to
so much
choose.
how are these things forky?
Yeah, however you like. You get to choose, but you can
I
certainly
don't
remember.
always
All right, left. You continue down another 20 yards. Same thing. You shine your flashlight out. You can see it curves to the left a little bit. But you can't see
Delicious.
the left. All right. Back to the gang. So you've you continue down. You eventually get to what seems
Oh,
like
I'm trying to be nice after insulting
a
you.
larger
Oh, so sweet.
tunnel. It opens up a little bit, not a lot, but it seems more well traveled. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
They're a little bit larger. There's marks on the ground. It looks like people or things or stuff has been moved through here more than the other tunnels that But
you've been
it comes to like a T. So you get there, you look across, so it's actually, I guess it would be a four-way. So
Cross section.
there's a one straight across, there's a straight right and a straight left.
I'll go straight.
You're gonna go straight?
Yes.
Good choice. All right, you continue on.
I'm gonna assume the other tunnels will come and lead up this cross section eventually, and then go straight. That's my the old logic scheme.
Play
That's
it
the
out.
old noodle work.
You pass through,
Just keep things showing the
and
world.
pass through, go back into this one's actually smaller than the one you first came in. It begins to curve hard to the left, but you keep going, pause there. Same thing, you guys noticed, a four-way intersection, and you've gone through. Trevor and
It
Zimmerman.
works again to a double.
All right, you chose left, right, left before, correct?
Correct.
So you go down like 5 yards, and then there is a T. Either goes left or right. But as you look left or right when you're making your decision, you're in the middle of this T. You can see that there's two tunnels. One was probably the right choice that you just made that comes out right next to yours, and then to the left there's one that seems to go back where you came from, and then there's obviously straight left and right.
Sheriff, are we still together in our
Left, straight left.
Always
our
left.
train?
Yeah.
train?
Left.
Four of us, yeah.
All right.
Now it's always left.
Continue on. You go another like 20 yards down.
This is
Again, you're in a
exhausting.
larger, more well.
So these tunnels are essentially crisscrossing.
Is it
tunnel.
still the same siding?
Yes, same
Alright,
siding, but
great.
slightly larger in diameter than this tunnel.
Alright, if
So
we
they're
ever
growing
hit
wider?
any,
Oh,
if we ever hit any
Just a-
stops, I will always be looking to see if that pattern isn't present.
Changes? Okay. Yeah, it still looks the same. You head down about another 20 yards, and it comes to either a straight or a right. A left or a right, basically. Left again, or you're gonna put your hand on the wall and keep going? Straight would be left.
Party
or right?
rules are always to the left.
All right.
Yeah.
I agree.
If you don't betray party rules,
Okay,
you always go to the left.
continuing on.
It's not my fault.
Heather, you have
That's how these are World War
gotten
II.
you chose left.
No,
before,
that's
correct?
how you started.
You go down about 40 yards and you get to another four-way intersection, just like the other guys. This is a more well-hewn
So
tunnel.
straight, right or left?
A straight, yeah, right or left. A straight looks like it gets a little narrow.
Your mom made us little quiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
Straight.
Straight.
Get all the
Okay.
keys.
You make it down another like 40 yards, and it gets to a right or a left.
It's real weird, man.
Left.
Dude, I'm so hard.
Back to Connor beginning. So you have gone down through the skinnier tunnel, correct? So you're going down. It starts curving all sorts of crazy. First it curves hard to the left, and then you can feel it going back over to the right. It quickly doubles back on itself. So you end up like having to crawl and then whip your body around at weird angles. And you manage to get through. There's either a left, which you can look down, and in like 5 yards it looks like it tees. It either goes right or left again.
Okay.
Or you can make a right.
I'll take a left.
I would like to do something, well, as we do this, I want to bring some, I have a hardtack in my pack. I want to leave little pieces of hardtack.
For the animals that live in the tunnel.
Correct. Yeah. See if
See if we're
we've
going
been
back
there
on
before.
ourselves, yeah.
Smart.
I mean.
Go left.
I remember
Alright.
this one.
So you go left, and then there's immediately a left or a
This is the
right.
fun
I'll
tunnel.
go to the right.
Right? Good choice. All right, you
You're
continue
gonna
down.
get eaten out
You're
by
going
a
for a little
fish.
while. Pause. Trevor and Zimmerman. You are going left. Or no. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So you're going. You're just fucking keeping going left forever and ever.
Unless,
Yeah.
yes.
You want me to like actually? It's
Yeah.
gonna be more and more. I'll give you. Want me
Yeah.
to keep doing the descriptions or just go left
Unless-
until you run into.
Unless the description changes significantly, we're always going
It
left.
opens up a little bit. It gets a little more skinny.
That's fine.
All right.
Occasionally
I
I'll
mean, I
check
don't
my
wanna go to the
congregation,
game, if you wanna like describe it, I'll go for
just
it,
in
but
case
we're
anything's
probably
going
gonna go
on.
left.
Yeah.
So you make it
I'm
down,
really
it
game for
opens
you,
up a
but
little
I'm gonna
bit.
go
The
left.
Rider counter is going off just kind of like relatively, but not, and because you're underground,
Not
not
alarming?
because there's something crazy there. Obviously, when you go underground, there's more illusion. So you go down, it opens up to the widest it's been thus far. Like you can actually almost kind of kneel here.
That is something you should definitely
And
discuss
then
with them.
you have the option, there's two rights, there's a right, and then like 10 feet, and then another right. Or you can just keep going straight/left.
Call it Christian.
Straight/left.
Yep.
All right,
Can you find people?
head all the way down,
Make a
there's another right all of a sudden,
poisonous
or you can keep
hedgehog.
going left, straight. slash left?
Yes.
All right, straight slash left.
How many
You go all the way down. There's another right. This is you're from the initial point where you got to the really wide place where you could kneel. You've now gone about another 60 yards. So left. All right.
We're gonna go on the other side of the hangar.
Okay.
Come back out underneath Dr. Robotnik's like outhouse.
All right, Heather. You have chosen. You went down. You went straight through
I
the
went
skinny one.
left, straight left.
Okay, so you go left. You run into the tail end of which is
Retired
rear.
job.
So now you're
Retired
behind
adventuring.
Connor and
John and
I haven't even seen anything that terrible yet.
Con, Squeef, John, Greer, and now you.
What are you doing here?
Fancy seeing you here.
Okay.
All right.
So
They,
we're,
they almost terminated one tunnel at one point.
okay.
Back to Connor. So you you went through that crazy weird intersection. You made a left when you came, or you made a right when you came to the T. So you make a right. You make a right. You're going about 60 yards before it opens up again. It seems to be back in the well-worn path. It's a little wider now. You're happy to be back in there. It's a little exposed forward. But you can either make a right, which you now estimate is back kind of towards the way you came, or a left.
Left.
All right.
Wait.
Immediately there's another left, or you can kind of continue straight slash right.
Well, party rules are left.
All right.
Is even left for you, or is it?
You go down, it kind of switches back. You travel about 20
Even then,
yards,
I'll
and
go
then
left.
pause. All right.
Great.
So
Greg,
yes.
question for you. Can I tell if I'm changing depth? Are my ears popping, or like do I feel like I'm going down?
Your ears would have popped over the course of this. Probably only maybe twice.
Like a slight decline or a dramatic decline?
You can't notice. I mean, you've noticed that there was a decline at points, but it was never like
Let me just phrase
So
this
you're
way.
you were gonna slide. It was you could tell you were kind of pointing down a little bit.
Okay.
And it would
That's
stop.
it. That's
It
all
would
I'm
go
saying.
up and down and over. The tunnels are, again, they're not definitely. They seem like they're made like by a burrowing animal. They're going. You know,
Okay.
they're not like.
We're in like a gopher hole or something. Like
Yeah.
a demonic
is-
gopher hole.
This is the maggot lair from Diablo 2.
Oh, great analogy.
That was a fucking shit ton of
That was
sound.
a really tough time, by the way.
That you do the maggot king, as soon as it dies, you just kills you.
There's ghosts everywhere.
It really made me sad.
Wow, I see the steam coming off that. That's beautiful.
Ooh, I need to take a bite of this before we
Is that the poop
get
sandwich?
the flavors out.
Yep.
You
Chicken parm is poop now?
You mind if I take a 3-minute smoke
Yeah,
and eat?
this is a good. So basically, from if anyone needs to poop or pee, or
Jizz?
from what I read the next flavor text onward,
Can I jizz real quick?
it's going to be a second. So if you need to do it, then take care of that.
We went to go.
Don't look at me.
Pee,
Yes.
jizz, pop, chew, shoot, launch, fire.
Shit. Eat. Fuck.
Did I
I
mention
think I
shit?
broke Zoom.
Mention pinch and squinch third.
No, realize when we were at the meadery, Colonial Meadery, they had a food truck outside. And actually, you know what, Greg? The meat was okay. The
It was
most
alright.
underwhelming part of the entire experience was the meat. It was flavorful, but it wasn't anything to write home about. It was like
It was very light and effervescent, but like probably the
It was bubbling?
no. They this is what they did. They
just skilled.
they made still meat. There was no
It
sparkling
was
meat.
just added,
But
like,
when they pushed it out of their
naturally.
faucet,
Oh.
they gassed it.
so they had a Pennsylvania Dutch mead, which was it tasted like a birch beer mead. It was actually a mead.
I love birch beer.
That was actually.
I will have sex with birch beer.
There was-
Even though it
there were-
doesn't really do much, I will still do it.
I'll still rub it all over.
What was it priced like if you want to buy a bottle of it?
So the flight was the flight was you got 5 3-ounce like little
Samples.
wine glasses for $15. About right.
$15?
The 13, I think 13 or 14 ounce glass was like
But
$6.50.
if you wanted to buy like a $7.50 to go home.
They didn't have that.
They didn't have
they had like the 475 like home
Oh.
top bottles for like $6 or $7. They actually had a weird rule, like, and you wanted one of their
You must boof it.
I think you use this term boof like
You
twice.
can carry
last
home as much as you boof here.
3
They would
layers
have
later.
4 or 5 meads on tap, which is what they offered on the flight. If you wanted a different flavor or a different style, they took it from the fridge, they opened up the bottle and poured it in front of you, just because like they made it like sequentially, like they made it at different times.
That's cool.
It wasn't bad. All the mead, everything tasted good, but the bodies were like Pinot Grigio. Like all the
They
bodies of
really
it
were. They
were-
all had that
were-
wine
were-
yeast.
white wine.
You made that one batch of mead that you forgot about for like
Oh, that we
6
had in the
months.
closet
It
for like
tastes
3 years.
Tastes like gross Pinot Grigio.
It was like really dry Chardonnay.
Yeah.
And it was like 40% alcohol.
It would get you hammered and just sick.
It's a great day, by the way.
Yeah. You drink like 5 gallons of it.
Is that the one that you made out of the cider from Delicious Orchards?
No, that was the actual side. When we went to Delicious Orchards, and we got the apples and stuff like that. No.
No, when you use the actual pint of the Delicious Orchards
How'd they do?
cider
Yeah, that was-
and then let
Yeah.
it
Really?
That was just cider. That was meat. That was just like the straight cider.
That's-
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this is
This was
No, this was
Our normal place
I
wasn't
forget the
open.
exact
This isn't
circumstances, but
You were making all that mead for
I'm
like
really
Christmas
surprised-
presents, and then
that's where it was.
It was like
Chinese
March
places
by the
available.
time you took it out.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
from March
Chinese
until
places have been doing takeout
Where
for
did
so
you guys
long.
keep
They
it?
don't.
in the
And
closet,
they don't
in the dusty
it's like, you
closet.
can
and-
call
and-
us
and-
and
fucking
give us a
closet.
credit card number and it's fine. But
That's
like,
not
we're
a
not going on
closet?
your stupid
Yeah,
ass.
it's
It's
pretty
not
good.
open. They already have.
You know, we're-
Yeah.
Was there enough room for a closet?
We're pretty baller.
There was
Oh,
one
the good thing is
closet,
Central
and
Tokyo,
it counted.
you can do
And that's
that.
where the meat stayed.
Yeah.
And then we cracked it open. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a bright. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah, it was,
seven-
it was
I
April
didn't
or May. It was
think about that.
warm
One
out.
of those matches
Oh,
that had
no.
you start drinking like at like 7
It was a
a.m.
Paul Sunday when we woke up. We were like, what do you want to do? Get the Pauls before noon.
Yeah, get the Pauls before everybody else does.
I can't believe that's one of my accounts now. Paul's is probably one of the saddest places I go to.
It's a pretty weird bar.
Fucking Jimmy Sadness at the end of the bar.
It's so
Is that
big.
normal?
Jimmy
Jimmy
Cialis.
Cialis.
What's
Where-
what's
where-
called?
It's a bar on Main Street. It's called
Across
Tavern
from
in
McCann's.
Tavern across from McCann's in Belmont on Main Street.
Oh, they
Oh,
do
I've
shows.
been there.
It's like,
I've been there, yeah.
it's like a hunter's lodge.
Yeah, it's like a Skyrim
I was always,
Hunter's
I
Lodge.
was always
Doesn't
really
make any
confused because you
sense.
walk
They do
in
hardcore
and like
shows.
I would
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would go to see
I know.
metal shows. I'd see metal shows in the back. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then you
Yeah.
walk back and it'll be like a whole stage and like a
They got, like, a
and
big area.
floor. And I'd be
It's
like,
either like hardcore for like high
Yeah.
school kids or it's like
The
deep
artist
old
from-
hardcore people.
They'll do like
artist
open mic
formerly known
nights, so
as
there'll be like
Greg
amateur
used to,
rappers and stuff.
He used to have his band and he would play there.
Mike.
And
Mike
Ryan.
Young and Doug
Mike
Walsh.
and Doug.
They took me there a bunch of times.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Pizza
because
Wiz's little
it's
brother would go there and
like
do amateur rap shows.
crews
Really?
would go there and play.
Everybody who couldn't play
DJ
drummers.
I was trying to tell her
Yeah,
how we
or,
went to
yeah, well, yeah.
Wonder Bar to see.
I know, we're going
They're
a few
nasty,
years
they're
back.
nasty.
Yeah.
I was
I guess
saying,
those records I always associate with like underground good shows.
Well, I listen to punk, so it's
I know.
different.
Well, that's yeah.
Well,
that's
what
not,
records is good for it.
yeah. Or the metal shows, I feel like don't fit into the basement as well. Too angry. Too angry.
not angry enough if you ask me.
Metal.
You need to make it angrier.
We need a GGL and
Yeah.
I don't.
That wasn't even anger. That was like something.
No, no, no.
No,
GGL
no,
was
that
just
was
about
that,
anarchy.
that was human shit.
Death Grips.
Death Grips.
There was a
Yeah.
YouTube video where he gets butt ass naked, beats a lady up, and eats his own shit.
That's it.
The GG?
show.
Yeah.
That was every,
What else can you do?
what else can you do as a Thursday night PKs? I don't know.
He was
GGL would feel very
rough day.
comfortable.
like people toy with the
PJs.
idea of like performance art as violence, but he's the only person that ever successfully did violence as art.
Yeah.
And people recognize it. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean he was a terrible guy, but he was trying to.
That was his whole goal.
Trying to create clouds of shit to throw at the crowd. I remember when we were watching the
It
video
helps he's dead.
and you actually saw the bouncers
Yeah.
keeping him from the crowd.
I never,
He would stab people and rape people on stage.
as music
and-
tell, this
It was
music sounds like
actual
fucking hippie
bouncers
bullshit.
hold the artist back from
His
the
music's
general
so pissy.
public.
I've seen him I've seen video of him butt naked,
That
like,
was-
grabbing at shit and
like,
fucking
it was
trying
a
to
whole
jam her face
thing.
into his cock.
Yeah.
What, in front of people?
Who is this?
G.G. Allen.
G.G. Allen,
He's a class act.
No,
Oh, you're
cool,
drinking
thank
Big
you.
Red.
He's like a '90s punk rock singer that
No,
He was on Jerry Springer.
in
Was
the
it really?
early 80s.
the '90s mostly.
Why would you?
Scotch and Big Red.
Is it like
I
cinnamon
love
flavored?
enjoying my
Gross.
Dalmore with Big
No,
Red. Do it. You
You
won't
know,
do it.
actually,
Don't be a bitch.
John's the one who brought it. He
Don't be a
has the
bitch,
final
do it.
say.
All right. So.
All of it.
Oh.
What a waste.
All right. We're all gonna wait till John.
What a waste.
Is that
What a
the
waste.
$50.
Is that smooth juice?
No, it's
No.
not. It's worse. Smoke juice would be better for you than that.
This is the blood of sanguineous
I
now.
love,
Wait, drink it.
I love that Big Red didn't change color at all.
Drink it.
Immune. How's that mix?
You can't even taste the scotch anymore. I'm not
It's
even
like
kidding.
magic.
What flavor is that?
You can't.
And then,
Sure.
The red dye is so prominent.
The
You can't,
smell.
you can't
Is
even
it
taste
cherry or
Smell
scotch.
is-
cinnamon?
Like a
it's
It's
like,
a
no,
defunct-
it's
defunct
bubble
Chinese
It's
gum.
red.
It tastes like Bazooka Joe.
It's bubble gum.
It's bubblegum.
Oh,
Just
gross.
drink it. Just fucking drink it.
Pussy.
You're not better than us.
Why?
I'll try it. Just
No.
Texas
Try
nip.
it.
This is a nip for
Seriously,
science.
just try
It's
it.
not something I want to
That's
drink a lot
actually
of.
the aftertaste
This tastes
is
like
disgusting. The
It's
aftertaste
bubblegum flavored
is,
soda.
That's vile.
Just
That's
do it.
bad.
No, I'm
You're
trying to
not.
cut back.
No, yeah, no.
Yes.
Connor, that's
First of all, I am absolutely worse than all of you.
You can smell the scotch.
Yeah,
but you
so
can't
there's
taste
This
it.
a-
is all your
I have
fault.
no issue with accepting
You bought
that.
it
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
I did
You
not
think
buy
I
it
tried
for
to
you.
hide
I wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't for you.
I feel like, let me crack my
Trevor-
knife.
Fix the
Trevor
ribs.
and
No, you
Zimmerman
cannot taste the
give
scotch.
me-
That's
We're
disgusting.
rolling,
Hey.
everybody.
guts roll.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody?
No,
Oh,
that's
shit. You've gone too far.
Well, they walked away from me. I just met up with them.
I had spent
Trevor and
shit.
Zimmerman.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
You can
going
explode.
way more.
15.
8,
Can I have the big one?
Solid.
9, 10,
Are you
11.
rolling?
Solid.
No.
All right. You both struggle through and hold the vomit down.
Why were we vomiting? Because we're struggling
Dude,
so much?
puking
Big
and
red.
crawling through is gotta be
The
really
big red.
tough.
You've stumbled upon an earthen-walled abattoir. Bones, many of them obviously human, litter the floor and protrude from the walls. Strips of flesh, some crawling with maggots, hang haphazardly from sharpened femurs. The stench of decay makes your eyes water, and you swallow hard to keep your last meal down. A low, gurgling, rumbling noise draws your attention to a large, ropey brown mass in the center of the chamber. As your lights play over it, it shifts uneasily, and long, sinewy bodies slide over each other. The skin of these creatures appears stretched to the breaking point. As they begin to stir, you can see the imprints of a human skull pressing outward against one's hide, its jaws open in a silent scream.
Oh my god.
We picked
Ah.
we picked the right time.
Let me get. I just gotta look.
Sounds like high school.
Yeah, but shall we get a coffee,
I would
please?
like the honor of saying, at first time, not the last time in this game, things just got weird.
Not for us.
What is it, like a snake?
Not for us.
Yeah, it's just them.
I just have to look. I forgot how to do this. So I just.
It should be a lot harder to fight with, 4 people in the same hole, 5 people in the same hole.
That's fine.
I've seen videos like that, though.
Sounds like high school. We're gonna beat this joke to fucking death.
We play Who's
Sounds like
Not
that
Lost.
just sounds like high school.
Can't believe they named her joke.
Jokes nobody ever did anything close to that in high school.
Did anybody else buy a bagel in high school and try to fuck it in the bathroom? Was that just me?
I was there with you.
Was that us?
Dude, it came with butter
I
for a
was smoking a
reason.
Lucky Strike
Yeah.
and he got
Yeah.
skulled.
Pretty sure it was holding
Can't
up-
believe
I'm
you
pretty
picked
sure
a
it was
salt
holding that
bagel though.
bagel.
I hate myself.
The smoking bathroom in high school?
They were all smoking bathrooms.
I don't like
in there.
who's-
The one like right in the beehole away, that was like right.
They just
right
gave
through
you a
the
pack
entire
of Lucky
school.
Strikes when you walked in, and you said if you smoke all 12, you get another one, and then get to try and make
Nobody cared. Actually, they knew they spoke in there. They were just whatever. I don't care about that.
I made 20 grand a year. I went to college. You smoke all you want.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
Give
go work my
me-
job at Leggett's after this.
Another guts check.
Another guts check.
Yeah.
So can I outguts the snake monster?
So the first guts check was the
Outguts
smell.
the
The second guts check was the sight.
Whoa,
Back Betty,
Betty,
Bam, 1 and
12.
Red hot
7.
love.
Big hot mom.
Hooray! I get to roll.
Big hot mom!
Just so you know, I spent a white chip to
I
get
love
to
that
that.
song so much.
All right. You're good.
12, yeah.
You're not.
Would you roll a 7 and you're not
7.
good? Damn.
And I spent a chip. No.
Worth it.
Woo!
That's a big, scary motherfucker.
For guts checks? Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Good.
Take 14 win. I'm good.
The character staggers back in horror, missing his actions for the round. He loses in all of his action cards, including any up his sleeve. He takes 1d6 win. His actions are at -2 until he makes a successful gesture. Try once per action.
Okay,
So,
cool.
you take 1 win.
Alright. Done.
But you are not in combat. These things are not moving towards you. You can see them arriving at a mass in the center of the room. Your lights are on them.
We're still in
You're standing at the entranceway.
Wait, so we're standing in a room now.
I'm kneeling.
So wait, are you guys side by side or still one after the other?
They exit. So basically, Trevor was in front. Trevor looked in the room and was like, "Oh my god!" And then you looked like around Trevor and like showed your light, and through his light, you were like, "Oh my god!" So now you're both sitting at the jammed at the entranceway. That's just like,
So we're not in the
and you see him like grab onto your leg, like, "Oh fuck!"
You guys are just puking all over each other.
Well, in your mouth, and you just throw up into
Are we
it.
not in the tunnel anymore?
You're at the entrance to the tunnel. The chamber that you see ahead of you is not very large. You could kneel in it. You could kneel.
So we're still
And-
underground. We're not.
Yeah,
we
no.
haven't finished
You
the
are
tunnel
in
section
a
yet.
chamber underground.
Fuck.
Is it like a chamber of secrets?
Yeah, the secrets will be us because no one will ever know we're here.
Well, I would like to ask a lot of questions, but I'm not there, so it doesn't matter.
So what are you guys doing?
Can you get them now, for once?
You see,
My wig hurts.
on the other side of the
I'm
chamber,
figuring Zorba, right? Zorba?
on the other side of the chamber, there is a passageway out.
Behind these things.
All around them, yes. They're not blocking the room. They're just in the middle of the room. The room's probably like
You said a black ropey mass. So is this like a fucking spider?
You
Not a
see,
spider,
like-
a snake?
right. Give me a cognition.
Cognition
I'm really bad at
would
that.
help on this one.
Actions. I'm gonna run up there now.
Sight,
Because it doesn't really make any sense.
7.
So you look closer. Your light is upon it. It's arriving sectioned mass, almost like insect-like in makeup, but there's weird little tentacle things like sticking out every so often. You can see like almost like clawed tentacles that come out of and then retract back in, and they're kind of like writhing in and amongst like there's like tubular structures, but you can't really make out what shape they are, but they're moving.
Is there enough room to get around this thing without like...
And I use the word they. It's a they. You can tell there's probably more than one creature there, but you can't tell how
I
many.
feel like I'm watching Naked Lunch. Did you ever see that? William Burroughs?
We watched that together, that
we
was
did watch that, okay.
horrible.
Yeah, that was, we did watch that, that was really
I
bad.
think I forced you to watch that.
You did make me watch that.
Think like earthworms after a storm, like in a ball when you dug them up from underground, but with like more slime and gore and dead people.
Much more.
Cool, thanks Greg.
So is there enough room to get around this thing, or do we
Yeah,
have
so
to go through it?
The chamber you're in is probably about like 80 feet wide. It's quite large. They take up
Oh
maybe
god, I put the pin to both shit.
15 feet across.
Okay.
Dude,
A writhing mass in the center of the room.
There's the
I very-
lower shirt, do you have that underneath?
I don't even...
But they have not reacted to your light or entrance to the chamber.
I don't whisper even Zorba is your name,
Right,
right?
yeah.
I kind of gesture
One
to
question
him
for
like,
that one, yeah.
It was funny because I don't recall you getting me any Budweiser shirts.
yeah. So we're gonna go round,
Anything I had.
we're gonna stick to the sidewall.
because I wore everything else first.
I got you a Budweiser
I'm
neon.
following along.
Who wants to roll me a
Yeah,
sneak?
that's Randy's, and he's not gonna give that back.
No.
You guys' fatal flaw.
What?
What is this group's fatal flaw?
Sneak.
Yeah, be quiet, period.
Alright, so I don't have any ranks in
Not
sneak.
making noise?
But you
No,
have
you're
automatically.
given one.
Connor, by the
You're
way,
given
that was
one.
for you, that was for Rick.
Correct.
I'll go to court over this. Actually, I won't.
You sneaking.
Because the wholesale or no that I gave away a $400 neon.
How's that snake going?
What did you give away?
The Bud Light neon.
Yes!
Fucking awesome.
That was totally worth it.
It's huge.
Alright, so 10 altogether.
Alright.
Oh, here.
I
Take, you take a chip.
I spent a chip for this.
Why?
So I have 1d6.
What would you roll?
1.
Oh, I didn't know you rolled.
Yeah. Oh, I figured you saw it. That's
No,
why
no,
it
I
was
was eating a
funny.
sandwich.
That probably
I was-
wasn't worth it.
Sandwich. You did a different
I'm
color
taking
one,
these
screwed
kind of
up.
sandwich. We spent a blue
You
chip
didn't get the multicolored ones?
because I don't want you to have, yeah.
I don't have multicolored colored ones.
You actually have to have color.
They have to have colors on them.
Well, we can put like colored tape on them, but
Right now.
Help me just do this now. That's really funny.
I
You're
know
welcome,
your
assholes.
5.
Stole that from work.
You
stole it from
You
Who cares?
as a change of events, Trevor, you definitely
Boom, boom! I'm
sneak
stinking!
along the side of the wall in a matter of confidence and expertise that you've never been able to summon in your entire life up until this point.
Yeah.
That
think's really gross. I don't want to fuck with it.
someone looking in low light wouldn't even know you were there. But you look back at your partner as you exit the hole. You see him stumble a little bit. He's not really being as quiet as you are. You both look over and see the writhing mass change pattern as you stumble and
Did you
stub your
guys
toes on rocks. You can see them move, and it almost looks
I
like
use
their
chips.
movements are reacting
Shit.
to the sound, but nothing happens.
Okay, great.
Give me one more sneak check.
Ah!
You're such a dick, Greg. I rolled really high. You get by it, but give me another one.
It's a big room!
I said it's like a 100-foot
So what adds to the roll? I want a 7. I don't know if I want to get any higher.
wall.
A
A
14.
blue will add to it.
Real sneaky. I fixed myself.
A red will add to it. Then he gets to draw it.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the 7. I think we'll be alright.
I think you'll get